Welcome back to the channel. How's everybody doing today? We're celebrating brotherly love. Hopefully you all understand what that means. I know not everyone is an NFL football fan, but my favorite football team, professional in the whole world since I was probably about the age of 7, maybe 8, they won the Super Bowl. They didn't just win the Super Bowl. They dominated the Super Bowl. It was beautiful. As I said to my kids, though, unless you were an Eagles fan or you desperately wanted the Chiefs to lose, it was probably one of the worst Super Bowls you've seen. I'm going to let some people come in. I know we got a lot of excitement today. Let me know if you can't hear me. It turns out wearing a beanie that's covering your ears while wearing a headset makes it really hard to hear yourself and what's going on. Let me know if you can't hear. I have a ton of messages that have come in the last like 3 minutes while I was trying to set this all up. Trying to finish up work and things like that as well too. We will talk about the Aries fight. It is doable. Trust me on this one. I've done it myself. I did not say it was doable cheaply. I just said it was doable. Give me like, I don't know. Let's say just a few seconds. To get this all set up. Got to send a message or two. I apologize for this. Work. You know how work is. And one last one to the wife. I'm back. I am back. I'm a fan of any team that beats the Chiefs. Yeah, they kind of do that to themselves, right, man? They're like the new Patriots. What's up, Captain Dante, Justin, Kazuri, Dogs, Daniel, what's up, dude? Brennan, RX Kid, dude. I love the romance you put out there, my friend. I saw that on the Discord server. That was pretty awesome, actually. I was one of those ones that was so ingenious that I was like, how have I not seen that before? Like, that was well done. Still celebrating. Yeah, the parade is today. I'll be honest, I don't know. I live in California. I've lived in California almost my whole life. So like the parades and things like that, this has never been something I could have ever reasonably attended. So, or watched, right? Because I'm usually like working or whatever. And if I'm like, I'm taking the day off to watch the Eagles parade, people are like, you're doing what now? Also, not a lot of Eagles parades over the last 40 years. Not a lot of Eagles parades over the last 40 years. What's up? OG Highline, what's up, dude? Gap, what's up, dude? So, Vega, last path that Yvonne got Eric down in 3 revives. You know what? We're going to come back and I'm going to finish saying hello to a few more people that are tuning in. And then I want to come back to that because I do. Kazuri, what's up, buddy? Hannah, thank you so much for being here. I saw your name somewhere in there. I know I did. You were there. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I could have swore I saw you. There you are. Bad Dog, what's up? Mr. Belding, I dislike the Eagles heavily, but they were for sure the best team. Aren't you a Cowboys fan? That sounds like something a Cowboys fan would say. Actually, that sounds like something a very mature Cowboys fan would say, to say they were the best team all year. Because you know what? It was definitely one of those ones where like it wasn't until the season ended that I think it became clear how good the Eagles were. I realized how absurdly dumb that might sound, but if you paid attention to them over the year, like there was an early loss, I think like the Falcons or something like that, and then Hurts obviously got the concussion. So there were a couple of things there that I could see why the Chiefs were favorites in this heading into the Super Bowl. DLL, most Eagles riots. Hey, I may have participated in some of those, but I grew up before cell phones, so there is no footage of it. And I'm pretty sure that my admission right now is past the statute of limitations, and if not, I was lying and it was a bad joke. Normax, what's up, bud? What's up, Alliance mate? All right, so here's what I want to talk about with the Aries fight is, you know me, I don't hide the ball. We make this joke all the time. A lot of you, I don't start drinking every time I say I don't hide the ball, because you guys, it could get ugly today. I see we only have about 6 minutes before the sale gets live, so we'll come back to this if we need to, okay? My wife she wants to have a text conversation. She doesn't know I'm streaming, I don't think. Because obviously she would be tuning in. No. So what was I saying? I was talking about something. Aries. Okay. So I don't hide the ball, guys. I started off my Aries adventure at about 18,000 units. In fact, I was a little above it. I was also almost completely out of all resources. I remember, if you remember correctly, I was on vacation when the Karina's Necropolis challenges dropped. And so as a result, I didn't really get to those until a couple of weeks ago. And I really enjoyed them. It took me quite a while to remember how to fight the Grandmaster. And I had the Dimensional Beans run. That was the one that was a bit costly. I still may make a video on that because I see people saying, like, I'm just not going to do it. And I get it. Like, if you do the other 5 quests, maybe the 6th one isn't worth it for you. I can see that. That was pointed out to me. I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That being said, I went in with the mindset it was going to be brutal. And I think because of that, I chose very efficient strategies in the fights, plural. And I actually had fun. Like, I literally had a good time. I felt like it was pretty well done, to be honest. The relevance is I went into Aries with that. And so I want to be clear. I've obviously spent that's like about $100 in units. Now, keep in mind, though, when the banquet was going live, I was the one telling everybody. I put it out on Twitter. I put it on my Discord. I put it in videos saying, like, hold on to your units. Very difficult things are coming, right? We all agree the crystals are crap. Don't open them. Hold on to your units. And so I did. And because the relevance to that is I had gotten to see the Aries fight. Okay. Now, as you know, I was part of that creator summit in, I think it was December. We did get to peek at it. We did, right? It wasn't long. It wasn't like we had to sit there and do like thorough testing of it, but we were made aware of it. And so I knew that it was going to be brutal. So I saved my units. And that's why I was like, I'm going to do what I can. I'm allowed to tell you all. It's like something brutal's coming. Save your units. And so I did. I went in and I did the fight. And I am not kidding, guys. On my first run through Aries, I got 1 dex correctly. And if I'm honest, it wasn't an accident, but it definitely wasn't one where I was like, I got it. There was a significant amount of revives. And right now I know if you're what's up? I see MSD in the chat. You see MSD come to your chat, you say hello. What's up, buddy? I got 1 dex correct. But here's why I'm saying, like, don't let that stop you from the fight, from trying it. Because the rewards are great. Is because of the vigor system, and I still don't know the fight that well. I want to make sure I don't misexplain this. Is like every time I think you die, and every time you get a dex correct, you get a vigor, which will increase like all the damage your champion does in that fight. It has to be the same champion. And so as a result, even without getting the dexes correct, I got the fight down. And I chose what I chose to do in my first run was I'm just going to try to get the SP1 as good as I can. Like, just start to learn it. Seaton did a great video. MSD obviously did a great video. I know there are others out there, but those are the 2 I've seen. And it was very helpful. And I started looking for like visual cues and things like that. And because I was able to do so much damage, I got the fight down. And then I went and did my second run last night. And I'm not soloing it, right? I told you how many units I had and how many I have now. But I actually got the SP1. Like, I actually got it. I went into one of my, one of my chats. We all have chats on Discord or Line. And I was like, guys, I actually got it. Like, I actually got the SP1. I feel very confident. Have a great stream, MSD. Is that I was like, I can do this. And now I'm working on the SP2. But the vigor system made it so that when I did nail the SP1, or even just when I died and revived, I could get it down. So my advice would be watch MSD's, I know he did a full video, watch Seaton's review of the fight itself. and have a lot of items. Don't put that stress on yourself. I think that's where it becomes stressful and unfun, is when you're like, I don't want to have to go buy units. No one wants to do that, right? That's where it's not fun. And then if you're like, it's okay, I'm using units, I'm using items, or I'm using units, but it's okay, I'm learning, you're gonna slowly get the fight. I am genuinely looking forward to going in for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th attempt, because I can see I'm improving at it. And also, I'm hoping to, like, no joke, my big hope for today is that if I buy anything, let's be honest, I'm probably going to, that there is a lot of those love potions in there, right? A lot of you've seen me use those love potions over content as of late. I'm hoping for a lot of those. And I just want to say, because, I would have said this anyways, but guys, at the, I haven't been able to see all the chat, at the Creator Expo, or whatever it's called, Creator Summit in December, I think we got to like kind of play around with Ares for maybe about 15 minutes. As you guys all know, I have a full-time job. I have a full-time family. I'm very involved in my kids' life and all that stuff. So to just leave for 3 days is not something easy. And so when that came up, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to spend the time to learn the fight nor make a guide. And so I went out and made calls and worked stuff. And then when I came back, we got to see someone who clearly had a lot of experience kind of put it on. I do not believe that anyone that was there would be capable of learning the fight in that time. There's just, if you've done the fight, I think you would know, like 10 minutes potentially testing it. And I don't even know if that actually happened because I wasn't in the room. And then seeing it done once on a screen, no one's going to learn the fight in that time. So let's just kind of get through that. I'm going to reset my game and let's see what sort of love juice is available for us. And I think we had the incredibly helpful and awesome Campo join us on call. Is that accurate?
Howdy. How's it going, man?
Oh, dude, I am so darn good right now. I'm just amazing. Like, I don't mean I actually think I am amazing. I think we all should think we are all amazing. But I mean, I'm in an amazing mood. I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I'm happy. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I actually just beat Ares for the 3rd time. So I just did the far right path. And so that feels good to get that thing halfway done. Pretty fun path, man. I got to use Kushala.
Yeah.
OG Storm, too, is kind of a hidden gem. Like, OG Storm, never used her before. Really good for this path.
All right, my friend. Sales are live. Let's check this out.
Let's do it.
We got Gwenpool on the cover. If anyone like to get I'm going to shout out my own stuff. I did 3 videos, or 4 actually, in preparation for the sale. One specifically on Iceman, one specifically on She-Hulk, and one specifically on Ultron. And then I did a who's best for your account. We'll talk about that today, though. Okay, you've got Campo on phone and all this stuff. Oh, what's the promo code? Campo, do you know the promo code, buddy? I should get that up for people.
Yeah, hold on.
I think it was like heart-shaped box.
Yeah, it's a heart-shaped box.
Because of the way my OBS is writing it, it's like heart-shaped box. Heart-shaped a box. Anyways, that is the promo code. Enjoy it, use it, do it. We'll be doing it too. Nirvana, that's exactly what I thought of too, OG Highline. That's exactly what I thought of. DLL with the thank you, buddy. Clobbering time, what's up, bud? All right. Good song, very good song. Nirvana reference? I think so. I mean, Dorky Dave is like kind of a big deal. So I feel like it's got to be. All right. We're all here for the sale itself. Where should I put this? Maybe down here. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. Yeah, that's all right. We're cooking now, folks. All right. Remember, if you're considering buying this, like everything we always say, right? I literally stolen this from DLL, although he has license to me. I just have to throw him a quarter every time I say it. Is the game needs money? It doesn't need your money. Everything that's available, well, Love Juice might not come your way, but everything that's like material that we might get today, will come eventually just via playing the game. All right. If you want to do these things, it fits within your entertainment budget, go for it. Have fun. You're going to see me have fun today. But if watching this or anything will make you feel like you need to, or the FOMO kicks in, I would love it if honestly, like, put this down, give a thumb up on the stream first, please, and then go take a walk outside, play with your dog, play with your kids, give your parents a call, give your friend a call, whatever, like have some coffee, get an ice cream, whatever it is. I don't want to see a single person spend any money that they don't really want to or they feel pressure to. Okay. All right. Campo, did you have anything you wanted to add to that? I don't want to just because I know that's important to all of us.
Oh yeah. I think also just remember that there's lots of these sales come up in different times of the year too, so that, if you don't do one of them, there's always going to be something right after, and there's always going to be some content right after that you can use units for. So, we get this impression that this is the one time that if I have to spend, and that's not always the case. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So just be safe, and I'm probably not spending money myself too. So if anybody needs a buddy to talk to, I'm always open to do that.
Awesome. Thank you. And Campo's, if you guys don't know Campo yet, what are you even doing? Please go subscribe. Let's put Campo's channel in the chat, actually, so we can get that pinned up for everybody. All right, let's see what this key is. I was feeling this is going to be... Okay, so we're going to fully do the analysis of this, all right, y'all? And remember, go to the webpage if you're going to buy anything. If you can access the actual Kabam store, you usually get better deals, and I think there's a milestone tracker as well. So we'll check that out as well. So this is the key. I have a feeling this is going to be the champions that are available for this. In my opinion, 5 out of the 6 are all very good. The non-one is Gwenpool. She has a nice synergy with Isophene. Yeah. Okay, so what is this? Oh, wow.
We do have the box gotcha is back. You can see it on your home screen. So yeah, these keys are exactly like Banquet. You get one, you draw one item from the box. It's the 6 champions.
Oh, yeah. Okay, dude, this is for a single Odin. Let's see what these are. Okay, so these are 30% revives. I was trying to be playful about it, but I was being serious that I want these because of my Ares fights.
Yeah, these will massively help.
Yeah. What is this? Okay,
health potions.
But these are only no, actually there is a chance for the 5 or 7 version of Angela, Black Cat, Black Panther, Colossus, Domino, Iron Man. There's some pretty big wins in here. Medusa is in here.
Yeah. And I think, are these the crystals that give you 2 champions?
I think so.
Or is that, am I misunderstanding that? Yeah.
No, I think you're correct. 7-star Kitty Pride? No. There's no way. Where are you seeing that? Or were you just messing around? That's okay if you're messing around. I'm not calling you out. I just see 7-star Kitty Pride and I'm like, wait, what? There's no way. The reason why I say there's no way is because I can't imagine they would do that.
Yeah, there's a 5 and 6 version on the top paragraph, and then 5 to 7 version on that second paragraph, starting with Angela. So I don't.
Okay, so
I'm not seeing Kitty there.
Yeah, just a misunderstanding. I would get excited too. So here's the thing, though. Now that I see the pool, okay, it's also coming with 7-star shards, and that's a significant amount.
I kind of feel like just glancing at these that it's sort of like the Odin is by far the best value just because you get the key. The other things are just sort of scaled down versions of the consumables and the couples crystals. So it's kind of like if you're gonna spend money, you might as well try to get the key, maybe. Well,
yeah. The other thing is remember all this is coming with units too, and I'm wondering if I've seen summoner bundles. So I have a feeling
you got to check these out.
Store, yeah. And then this is getting me very excited because there's a chance that you could use these on Iron Man or Medusa. I don't think it's going to be limited. This being the 6 stones, I don't think it's going to be limited to the champions in the box. I think that came across right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the store. Okay, all right.
There's also a web store thing that we should check out at some point because I'm seeing people say there's some free stuff in the web store.
Should we do that first? Yeah, people are even saying you got to look at the track. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay. Let's do that. Let's go ahead.
While you're pulling that up, it looks like bundle 5 is the one that has the tier 7 basic, and it is 20,000 units to get a full tier 7. If people are interested in that,
it's how much?
20,000 to get a full tier 7 basic, and it's sold in 25% chunks, so it could be 5,000 to 20,000 depending on how much you need. So this would be the tier 7 that most people will need as their third one to take somebody to rank 4 naturally. So that's also something to consider with your units.
Okay. We're gonna take our time today, folks, because I did do my first run with what's it actually called? It's not the Ares quest. It's called
Epic.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Epoch. Yep. I can take someone to rank 4 today, and I've been planning on that. So that's news. That's good news to me. So okay, so here is all right. Now we're over here. That's right. So what's this free gift? Wait, really? You just get one of these for free?
I think so. It's kind of nuts. I'm looking myself right now, and I'm just making sure I'm not signing away like my inheritance to Kabam accidentally.
Once you hand over your social security number, this is yours for free.
Right.
I'm going to click the button as a test for all of us. If if this is the last you guys see of me, I've appreciated everything. Like, let's go.
Yeah. Enter your mother's maiden name and your first address, and
your best friend in kindergarten plus your dog. All right, let's see. I'm not going to be able to say for sure like what. This is better. You get more units. 2,500 of the 7-star Awakening Gem Crystal. Where the in-game unit has also 2,500. The key is the same. The revives and the potions appear to be the same.
Yeah.
The Valiant
first glance.
Couples Crystal. And even the gold amount's the same. So I think the only difference here is that you're just getting more units.
Yeah.
You're getting 310 more units via going the store, but isn't there a track? Isn't that what people were saying? There
is, yeah. It looks like at the very top of the track there's a 7-star Romance Awakening Gem and Sigstone. So it's not like it's good. There's a Titan Nexus, there's another box key, so it's actually pretty good.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I was I think I needed to refresh. So let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is this? Okay, that's a big deal. We talked about in the video I made that, like, for me, I would want Ultron. I would want to put 6 stones into Ultron probably. If I wanted Iceman, which I don't, but if I did, and that's my own personal. Iceman's good. I would definitely want him at high sig. So that's a big deal in case the box gotcha doesn't go the way you want it to. A Titan Nexus is obviously huge. I want to track how many 6 stones we're getting. So that's 20, 40. Why won't this work? You get to 2-3 them.
It's very Omega Days-esque, isn't it? It's
50,
like if you do the track, you get all that kind of stuff.
60. So we're already up to 66 stones and a 7-star Nexus and a Titan. Now we're up to 86 stones. Oh, no, wait, that's a 6-star, isn't it? Yeah. All right. So there are 6-star stuff too. I don't know if I would advise anyone to participate in this, though, if they were looking for 6 stars. Let's go through the whole thing. But I think, if you want to for fun, sure. But I think if you're spending this amount of money on the game and you're on 6 stars, you're going to be at 7 stars very, 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 very soon. And maybe just hold on to your cash. You know, you do you though. All right, and then now let's look at the store itself, because I think that's going to be. This does feel very Omega Days. Was it Mega Days in Valentine's last year? Do you recall?
It was a little bit after. I want to say March or April. Someone in the chat could probably corroborate that, but it was not the same as Valentine's. Yeah.
You know, guys, sorry, I had my chat completely covered up, which maybe something one shouldn't do. And so as well, I missed some stuff. So DL saying spring cleaning was April, Mega Days was May. Okay.
That's right. Omega Days was like the 1-year anniversary of 7 stars.
Oh, and it looks like Crash is here. What's up, Crash?
Crash is here, yeah.
How you doing, man? T-Dubs just got a free long shot. Dude, T-Dubs is winning. Man, it was really hard not to make the Dubs joke there, but you guys will have to forgive me. The bad puns will come later. What's up, Mr. Sexton? How you doing, dude? Free She-Hulk. I mean, that's what I'm saying is like, the pool is, these are really good champions. Go Birds, you got that right, man.
So the things that stuck out to me here are Valiant Bundle 5. That's the one with the tier 7. And then on the bottom, there's also, you can buy like a ton of keys, it looks like, just with units. They're pretty expensive, but that's an interesting wrinkle.
Well, so the thing with sales like this, oh, dude, this has tier 7 basic in it.
Yeah, that's the one. This is how you get to rank 4 is 20,000 units if you need to form a whole one.
Yeah, we're taking a champ to rank 4 today, everyone. It's happening. There's just
oh man, you're so close.
It's right in front of me. I mean, come on. Like, I mean,
I think you're gonna have to do all 20K though, because you're just short of 25%. Unless if you could find like 1,000 shards somewhere.
That's fine. This is fine. Let's see what else is there. Ooh, you know I love my relics. What is this? Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
Yeah, that's and only 750, dude. That's like, wow. Okay. Rank 2, 3. I really like relics, guys. We might be coming back, taking a look at that. All right, let's see here.
So the bottom right, those are the box keys. You can get like all the champions to Sig 200 or something by doing that. I don't know the math for sure, but it's just like if you want to go for it, it's there.
I mean, in my opinion, if you are using Iceman where I think people are going to want to use him, I think you want him at Sig 200. Ultron is different. I think Ultron Sig opens up a variety of fights, and I think DLL said this in there somewhere, and I know I put it in my video on this, was like DLL's been using them in Tier 1 War. Like, you know, I enjoy watching war videos when I can, and DL used Ultron a few times, and like I like Ultron and I like DLL. So I watched those, and it was pretty impressive what Ultron was doing. MCoC Encyclopedia is putting a lot out. And so I right now I'm thinking I want Ultron, and I think I want to get him to a high Sig. Yeah, I mean, okay. That looks, I think this is one. Let's just go through them, bud. Do you mind? We'll just start at 1.
Yeah.
And then go through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I'm not making a video, but spoiler, I got Gwenpool in my free one, so rip, but it's okay. Now she's duped.
She,
At least she's duped now, so.
Yeah, and her shield makes her nice squeak when it gets hit. So,
yeah.
There's that. Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's check these out.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
All of these will be presented from the standpoint of like, if you're already deciding to spend. Okay. If there's one that's like, dude, you got to get we'll say it. But again, almost everything comes anyway. Remember? So keep that in mind. Like the game needs money. Like we said, it doesn't need yours. Right. So this feels to me like someone kind of more, let's just throw me in the whale category for now to simplify this. This feels like I come back and get this if I'm trying to like, I really feel like I need the tier 4 alpha, or it's going to help me get one more rank or something like that. Or I realize I don't have enough tier class cap. Like this feels like the come back and get it sort of thing. Okay.
Or like if you're doing Epic of Pain and you're like, I really wish I could just rank 3 this one champion and I don't have the resources, you could just do it so that you can knock out a path type of thing.
Yeah, I can see that too. I'm going to rank 3 a champion, and based on your video today, I think I'm going to rank 3 Omega Sentinel. She's worthy of it anyway, but if you haven't seen it, Campo put out a great video of Omega Sentinel doing some cool stuff, especially if you don't have a sentry. Just keep that in mind. All right.
Yeah, that sounds right there.
Okay. This has. See, Kabam.
They're splitting. Yeah. They're splitting the things. Yeah.
Very smart, Kabam. Very smart. I actually really like this. If you've seen enough of my analysis on sales and things, I always feel like it's cool when the unit stuff is has some guaranteed rank up resources or guaranteed stuff. It's not all just RNG. Like, let whales massively spend and gamble. They're gambling anyway, let them. But this one is splitting it. And I think to me, it looks like it's splitting it in a pretty good way. Is you get into 3 of the Valiant crystals, right? This feels a little pricey though. Like,
yeah,
this feels a little pricey.
For 1/10. Yeah. I mean, that means an Awakening Gem crystal is 15,000 units, which I guess kind of makes sense because you get some RNG crystals with it. But still, it's pretty expensive. Like, I wouldn't necessarily reach for that unless if I had like exactly 9,000 shards and I was like, I just want to open an Awakening Gem.
And this is an example of a deal, because I'm a big believer, like, not every deal's meant for me. Like, I don't like open the newspaper and look at car sales and be like, these all suck because I don't want them. It's like, it's not meant for me. That's okay.
Yeah.
I think this is meant for the real whales out there. Like, this is not meant for me, right? That's what I think on that. So, all right. People are like, how old is this guy? First of all, he gets a newspaper? Like, and then he's clipping coupons? What the hell is that? All right. And then, 1, 2. This again feels like you're going back in. Like, this is for. I think this is. That's how I see this. I don't know.
Yeah, this one even seems weaker than the first one because it's like only romance and there's no tier 3A. There's no tier 4A. I mean, this is a very specific like I want to rank up this one champ situation. And
in a game where people like me who don't even grind arena have 15,000 units, obviously unit accumulation has skyrocketed. And I think that's hard for me to keep in mind. I still sometimes go back to like 6 years ago. I'm like, 1,500 units in my day, you know? You're like,
yeah.
All right. You could, whatever. That joke's, we wore that joke out. All right. 7-star 6 stones, time 5. So you're getting 5 of them. For only 500 units, this one seems like this is the one I'm more likely to come back and get if I, for some reason, have units left over. After dealing with Ares. Ares is like a main focus for me. What do you think on this one?
I think there's going to be some people that scoop up all the sig stones, and then this will be something they have to pick up. But I think for you, it's going to depend on which one you're taking to rank 3, and if you want to sig them up more and whatever. So it's not super duper shiny, but it's like 7-star sigs. They're still pretty rare.
Yeah, especially if, and I want to go back and confirm the pool you can actually use them on. Because right now I'm picturing using them on Ultron, Iron Man, and Medusa.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
And the couples or the romance crystals. So that's right here. So we can actually see the pool. We don't need to guess anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Iron Man's right there. Oh yeah, sitting up straight in my chair now, boys. And Ultron. Yeah, right there.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, so I'm seeing one. There's one champion that I'm seeing that I'm like, I still wouldn't recommend doing this for 6 stars, but let's say you did. Absorbing Man is the one I'm seeing there. Because he's a difference maker. I think like if you're like in Abyss,
Yeah.
I still wouldn't recommend this, but like if you did, okay? Yeah. He's not available as a 7-star. Like he's kind of checking off all the boxes.
Sure.
And so as we move to the 7-star, dude, Null's in here.
That's right. Yeah. I wonder, is his romance like with himself or something?
Yeah,
Or-
he's not
Yeah.
he's not striking me as an overly romantic sort of guy.
yeah. What's the lore there? I mean,
Yeah.
geez. Yeah.
He's got a different take on it. We're an inclusive group of people around here, right? Dude, Angela.
Yeah. I mean, she loves those SIGs.
And Namor. So
Sure. Yeah.
maybe they already had the tags and some of you already knew this. I was hyped for potentially. Oh wait, is Medusa not in there? No, she's not.
Oh, you know what? Somebody, I mean, Kat would know for sure, but I feel like somebody in my alliance asked about that, and they were like, she has the synergy with Black Bolt, but not like a romance synergy. So she's not a romance champ.
No, she's
Is
there.
that true?
She's there.
Oh, she is. Good.
I had streamer blindness.
Okay.
Because I was like, no, you're right. I remember looking for, she has like the special tag. So, dude, Scarlet Witch Classic is in there too. Okay. Again, I need to say, because I can hear the excitement in my voice. I almost hit myself in the face from, part of my heritage is Italian. Okay. So we talk with our hands I almost hit myself in the face because I was so excited again, all the prefaces and warning, I'm going to stop doing it. You all know how to spend your own money. These are great champions to use SIGs on. Not all of them, but there are great champions in here that are great to use SIGs on.
Yeah. I think like you have to always ask yourself, like, would I use generic stones on them? And then the second question is like, if I had a specific stone for them, would I use it on them? You know, because like Medusa, I would almost consider using generic stones on too. So if I get these targeted ones and I can use them on her that way, then it in a way saves some resources because it's a limited pool. So yeah, I think they're really good for that. If you're looking to sig up champs, again, like none of these are mandatory, but it's a good pool, like bottom line.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that in the non-me like hyperventilating from excitement voice. Thank you. And for people who can't see the promo code, I know it was a little small. It's right there on the screen. Okay, so this is one that I'm very interested in for 500 units. Again, assuming I already have the units and all of that. Where the hell were we? I got so excited I can't even remember where we were.
I think we were already on the big one, number 5, with the tier 7. That's the next one. We kind of talked about that one already, but number 5.
I mean, this is a 2-3 romance rank up gem. Is it? Dude, this is for the champions in the crystal. This is not for the champions in the box.
Yeah.
So your Knowles, your Angela, all those champions that we were just talking about, this is to rank 3 them. I mean, I don't want to act like this is cheap. 4,500 units is a lot of units.
Sure. I think for me, it's like the fact that Epic just came out and there was a generic 2 to 3 gem and 3 tier 4 alpha in there. Like, there's something about just this week, 2 to 3 gems feel a little bit less exciting because I basically just got like a couple rank 3s from completion. But that said, when this content is done, who knows when the next big source of rank 3 materials that is just like a straight up gem is going to be, and the pool is really good. So like it's sort of, again, a case by case, but that's a very valuable resource. I mean, that pool is crazy.
For people asking about, I see a question. I've already lost it. Is there a tag for these champs? Because no, these seem to be the tag, or like the replacement for the tag would be if they're in this crystal, right? Not the box gotcha with the keys. Okay, and I'm going to do an opening. There's enough in here that it's going to be helpful to my account and all that stuff. So I think when I do the actual opening, that will probably help explain if there's anything that's still a little confusing. But these are the champions that it appears you can use the Six Stones or the Awakening gems on. There's champions in there that I'm very excited about. I already have a lot of the ones at rank 3 that I want at rank 3, but there's
yeah. I mean, Black Cat's great. Emma Frost has uses.
Yeah.
Storm. I was just talking about Storm. I mean, Titania, Venom. Like these are all.
I don't have
really
Storm.
Good.
Way to rub it in, Campo.
Wait, what did I say?
I don't even have Storm. I'm just.
Oh man, sorry. Yeah, I think TJ was just saying he didn't have Storm either, which is a drag.
TJ's here. What's up, dude? And I apologize to everyone I haven't said hello to yet. What we'll do is we'll finish this, then we'll kind of answer some questions. I think maybe while I purchase the units, and then we'll continue answering questions. That's one of the biggest reasons why Campo and I are on call today, is to kind of help answer questions and give some analysis to people. And then we'll do an opening. I mean, for 1,500 units, I think this isn't bad. If there's a champion that's going to be a difference maker for you, I think in a default vacuum, without knowing your situation, I think it's Absorbi Man. Based on what I saw, he's just so unique in his class.
Yeah.
And powerful. Icarus is unique. He also sucks. So don't. there's I'm very comfortable saying that Icarus is one of the champions I'm comfortable picking on.
Kabam's little mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that joke had legs, but it's too early in the morning. Okay.
Yeah. The other thing is like if again, I'm thinking this in like a content way too. Like if there's a 6-star that could help you with Epic, because there are 6 stars allowed on like one path per class there. This is like a really cheap way to take somebody from rank 1 to rank 5, So it's 6 stars aren't totally dead yet. And for some accounts, this is pretty nice for 1,500, just 1 to 5 somebody. So it's not bad. It's just not for everybody.
And I think everyone here knows this. I don't just shout out Illuminati. I don't just shout out my friends. Those just happen to be the channels I often watch, and they do phenomenal work. But I shout out a lot of other people too, right? And so all my shout outs are genuine. Campo literally just did a video today on a champion as a 6-star kicking butt in Epic. So they definitely still have a lot of use, particularly in PvE. So make sure you check that out. And I think that's something, if we could go over that a little bit today, if there's other 6-star champions who are seeing work through the end game of content, I think that could be helpful to folks. If people have those sorts of questions, you guys will let us know. I think this deal, this is the final one here, the Awakening Gem and all that. These are obviously premium items, and I see the cost of 10,000, and my immediate reaction is like, dude, that is ridiculous. I also, no joke, I live in San Francisco. Once tax and everything is included, it is not unusual for me to pay $20 for a sandwich, which is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, right? I don't care how much farm to table, how artisan it was. I don't care how organic it is. That's just absurd, but it is the reality of things, and that's due to inflation, cost of living, all these things. We've obviously had that in this game. And like, for people like us who've played it for 9, 10, 8, 7 years, I think like just the accumulation of units is something like we have to continue to remember of. This feels absurdly overpriced, and I'm not saying it's a good deal. I'm not encouraging you to go get it, but when I look at it, I need to remind myself that I'm sitting on 15,000, and I haven't seen Arena since, I don't know. Yeah. I haven't seen since Icarus was good. So yeah.
And in the beta before again too soon.
Okay, so hold on real quick if you don't mind. This is Randall Cunningham. I see questions about the jersey. This is a Philadelphia Eagles jersey. I have had this for years. I take care of it as if like I probably take better care of this item of clothing than I do any other item of clothing I've ever had, because I loved Randall. I was a child. Grew up outside. I grew up in Southern California, coastal Southern California. I lived more in LA than anywhere else, like in the big scheme of things, if you think about it. And the Rams and the Raiders both left town. And I came from a very serious sports family, and my dad and my older brothers were like, look, kid, sucks. Pick a team, but whatever team you pick, you can never change. Again, they were very serious about this. This is like the middle 80s, okay? And I was like, my dad and my older brothers, like, there's no one better in life than them, right? Like, I mean, you're the youngest son, and sports are a big deal, and you love sports. So I was like, well, whatever they say, I got to do it. And Randall Cunningham was a quarterback for the Eagles. One of the original. There's a couple people before him. Dual threat quarterbacks who could like run the ball as well as throw it. And he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and it's a famous Sports Illustrated cover saying the ultimate weapon. And in fact, I think I have it somewhere like in my garage. And I was like, dude, that's it right there, that guy. And nice. Through a really unusual set of circumstances, my oldest brother actually moved out to Philadelphia not that much longer afterwards. And the Eagles were like on Monday Night Football all the time. With like the body bag game, all this stuff. Like the Eagles fans will know what I'm talking about. And so my brother moved out to Philadelphia. I went to see a lot of games. I saw the last regular season game at the Vet. I saw them lose to the Cardinals in the NFC Championship game. That football that's been in the background of like every video I've done for years. That's actually from my wife. That was my wedding gift from her. It's autographed by Randall Cunningham. And my wife and I have been married 20 years. 20 years.
Incredible.
Yeah, 20 years. So that's my fandom. That's where this is. And I've mentioned it on stream before, but I'm having a particular amount of fun with the jersey and all that. So that's what that is. I know I've gotten a lot of questions on it, and I've been having fun with it. And, go Birds, all that stuff. It's awesome, guys. It's awesome. I think, let's enjoy today. Hey, what's up, Lags? Thanks for the raid, dude. I'm about to go to the Be Right Back screen. Let's answer questions for people. And I'm gonna buy I'm probably gonna buy all the deals in the store. Okay, and let's see what that gets people. So let's be right back. But we've gone nowhere. Lads, dude. So you streamed, right, dude? If you're still there, what did you think of the deal? What'd your stream think? Thanks to everyone who came over. Plumber beat them? No, I think in my recollection it was actually Kurt Warner. When the Eagles played the right. It was wild to be there. I forgot
he was there first.
I lived in San Diego at the time, and so it was not an easy drive, but we drove out, spent the night before, saw the game, as is typical for Eagles fans. A lot of us spent that day and afternoon basically terrorizing Cardinals fans. And like, I don't mean like by today's standards. I mean like everything felt more innocent back then, everyone. And then the Cardinals won, and they let us know. they let us know. Watching the parade right now.
You want to know?
Awesome. Yeah, please.
I'm a little bit younger than you, but you want to know what my first NFL memory as a kid was?
Yeah, I do.
It was the Scott Norwood missed field goal.
Oh, dude.
But I was a Giants fan, so which I apologize. I know you were just going on this huge Eagles thing, and we're mortal enemies in the NFL, but that was like one of my first memories as a kid was that Super Bowl. I remember watching it with my dad and all that stuff and staying up late and all that. And that's the reason I'm a Giants fan. So that was like the Phil Simms and LT days and everything. So good times.
That was Jeff Hostetler too, right? Wasn't that the season where like he he came in, or am I totally misremembering this? Because we were kids. Like, do you remember
I
that
think
name?
so. Yeah, I've like forgotten more about that team than some people knew, but yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
No, it's wild. Like, I even pause if we. Well, it's not worth going back and listening. But when I was talking about the coach,
that's right. It was outside
of the Eagles, I was like, it was Buddy Ryan. But like again, it's old enough where I was like, I'm not sure that's right, and so I don't want to say that and have people be like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But I'm positive it was Buddy Ryan. Otis Anderson, that I remember that name for sure. Yeah. And this is where I think it shows that I didn't grow up in Philadelphia, is that I don't have that like hatred, that sports hatred or whatever you want to call it, for the rival teams, except for the Cowboys, honestly. Just,
yeah, I agree there.
Yeah. But that's just because I as an adult like can't stand the owner and that whole thing. That's more about the owner than it is the players, and about Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irving destroying the Eagles in the playoffs every year. That I was positive Randall was going to lead us to the Super Bowl. So that's more that's more of like that than it is growing up in the area sort of thing. Mr. Belding, that's what's. I think it feels good to see how much Cowboy fans can't stand the owner either.
Right.
You know what's funny? I don't think we got a single question on the deals here, but if anyone has one, please let us know. And Sether, Warner, Bolden, Fitz. That was that team that won that Eagles game. Man, I was not happy. I was really unhappy. Dude, Duke Nova. What? No, OG Highline. Don't know. Yeah, you gotta all caps. You dupe your Nova. That's awesome. Thanks for coming in and sharing that, dude. Cat, we just a lot of window. Actually, I just did the shopping. We're about to open it, but we're talking old school football here. We are taking questions that don't exist.
Well, here's a question. Someone asked, does She-Hulk need awakening? And you did cover that a little bit in the video.
Yeah. I hate this is where like my honesty, the way I am, is like can be a disservice. Honestly, MSD's the She-Hulk expert. I look at it and I'm like, I get that it reduces the combat power rate of the Mystics, but you're hitting them a lot, and a lot of those Mystics, especially like in PvP or on like tough nodes, have like power gain, which isn't combat power rate. So I feel like it actually balances out, especially because you get the massive attack increase against them as well. If I remember the SIG, I just did the video on it, which is why I remember all this. So for me, I was like, I think I would still want her awakened, and she's a great champion. She can just be really tough to use, which was the essence of my video. I think
the Deathless She-Hulk awakening too, like her awakened ability is just more relevant to today's game too. So the other benefits of the classes don't feel necessary to me. So it's kind of one of those like either or is fine, but I wouldn't say needs awakening, but I also agree with you. I'm not necessarily in the camp of like worse if awakened that some people say.
You know what? I didn't catch on that it was needs. Does she need it? No. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, I misframed the question there. I think Ares. It's funny because I'm like, Ares is going down this week, boys, and Ares is like, I'm taking all those items and more. He's like, I might technically lose, but at what cost?
You'll be good for when Deathless Ares comes out in 2 years now. You can still have some items,
They're like, you thought the minigun was cool? Wait till you see the bazooka. All right. What the hell is this? I think this is obvious. Justin, Duke Cosmic. Oh, Superior Iron Man, and he's rank 3. Yes, and yes, that's great. No, you got me right here, dude, and you're always supportive, Justin. I know, Justin. To me, the reason why you're not going to seem excited to pull him today is I already have him awakened, and I already have him at rank 3. His sig is good, like getting up there. I think the pause when you like trigger one of his resistances or immunities, it goes up to like 2 seconds or something. The flow on him is phenomenal, in my opinion. And I did show that in the video. The one thing is, and just kind of peek behind the curtain a little bit, is I did ask before I made the video, I asked in the Luminon chat, I was like, does anyone use Superior Iron Man for literally anything? And Campo, do you remember if you said anything, or do you ever use...
I just said raids. I used him as tactician until Medusa got added to the pool and Kat made me go to Vanguard, but when I was tactician, he was my guy.
Kat be doing that sort of stuff, man. She
was like, you are changing to Vanguard for reasons. So I was like, okay.
Can I know the reasons? No, you can't. And it's very typical for Illuminati. Like half the group was like, no, and the other half was like, yeah, I use them in this specific thing that like Campo just said. So I decided to like really thoroughly. Oh, got to save that for the battlegrounds. What is this?
Oh, rewards for the season.
So this is a perfect example for me. Whenever Kabam like sends something out and you're like, they did this on purpose. Those manipulative evil villains. Remember that they also do this. And like sometimes stuff just goes wrong. Like, trust me, I get it. I played the game for so long. I get that like we want to connect the puzzle so badly. That's what our brains do. But this is them letting us know on the 14th that on the 12th, an event's going to go live called the Epoch of Pain. So just kind of like try to keep that in mind, that it swings both ways a little bit.
Yeah.
They're like, have we told you about the Abyss of Legends? We think you're going to love it.
That's awesome.
I make myself laugh. All right. Actually tagged in a couple questions. Do you think Gwenpool's abilities can make her not able to die from Ares' specials? I don't think so, because read the fine print on him. He turns off a lot of... Actually, does she get around that?
I'm pretty sure there's a clause that says it insta-kills you, like it does with like the Grandmaster and stuff like that. I would be really surprised if not.
I would be really surprised too, but I have noticed that Kabam has been doing this. This is me connecting the thing of intentionality. So feel free to all make fun of me right now. Like literally all of you be like, dude, you're an idiot. I'm about to be like, no, see, it's all connected. Is like the free champions we got in December where Vox came in, and then Vox was great for the Karina's Challenge. Gilly 2099 was free, and then she was great for the Karina's Challenge in Necropolis, right? Like, so that did give me some pause. I was like, wait a minute, is that why Gwenpool's in there? Because I do think Gwenpool's an outlier with that group. I think that group of champions in the things today is all very solidly in mine and the Illuminati's tier list in tier 2 or tier 3. And if you're familiar with our tier list, you know tier 3 is a great ranking, and 2 is obviously even better. Gwenpool not in tier 3. She's not, and it's not because she's in tier 2. So that did give me pause, but I think Ares has been worded well to be like, you can't mess with me. Don't try to get cute.
Yeah.
Old Man Easy. What's Old Man? Hey, what's up, Old Man Easy? Tried. MSD tried. Sentinel's SP3 regenerates Ares and he heals all the way back to him. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, the healing, you are able to heal against Ares, but then you get punished by him gaining like 400% attack. So yeah, you can get your health back, but then he's going to be hitting your block like a truck. We're talking about skipping death of a special 3.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to happen. And the other thing is like his power gain isn't really the problem. Like people aren't accidentally pushing him to special threes. Like the problem is just dying from the fight. So I don't. I would be very surprised if Gwenpool was like a secret option. But hey, maybe someone will try it one day, and we'll see.
Yeah, let's put it this way: I am not going to put Gwenpool on a team and go through that to try it. But I love the spirit of that idea.
Yeah, I would. You know, if Bleed worked better on that debuff path, maybe she would actually be pretty fun for that cosmic and skill debuff path. But a lot of them are bleed immune, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it.
And being able to bleed is vitally important to her. Apo, dude, I hear you, man. You know, I covered the Ares fight a little bit at the beginning of the stream. I didn't get to fully get into the depth of it. I've written down kind of what you're writing, what you're saying, and I will put a timestamp in because I want to do this opening for folks. And then we'll go back and talk about Ares a little bit. So I understand you can't stick around, but if you're interested in coming back on my thoughts on that one, I will timestamp it. And you're basically saying you don't like the fight where we have to write stuff down. And you know me, I'm not gonna is it straw? I'm not gonna straw man what you're saying, dude. I realize you're typing and I get to talk. It's not the same. Because I will say, I actually think, and I gave them the feedback, I think this is the greatest fight they've ever produced. And I have my reasons for it. And I'm not saying that you're going to agree with me, but I'd like you to at least hear from like my own experience. And I've fought him twice now. Cristobal, is Iceman a good pool? I think so, yeah. I covered him in a standalone video this week, and then in the Best Champions for You Valentine's. I highly recommend checking both of those out. I think he's great for if you're like an in-game player, for someone who's going to put 6 zones into him and is very comfortable and knows what they're getting. And then I think he's great for like a upcoming progressing player because of all those immunities. And you do get asked for those immunities. So yeah, I think that's a very good pull. I think I in either of those scenarios, I would be very happy. You're not going to see me elated today, but that's because like I'm like a mini whale and fully in game, and my mutant roster is incredibly developed. So that's why what you're going to see from me is a little bit different today than what I'm saying as a generic Iceman pool. MP, what's up, dude? Talk about like amazing players. What's going on, dude? I'm streaming over Thanos right now. I'm curious what you end up picking, dude. I assume you're still sticking with the BG's focus. Let us know if you don't mind. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here. Where's MSD to try this? I know. Maybe we can talk MSD into trying that in a week or two. I can use the romance 1/2 gem on my enchantress to see anyone dealing with this too. Mark C. Literally again on call. Campo just did it. It's long, but I think if you want to learn enchantress, it's going to take the time to do that. But Campo just did a phenomenal review on enchantress, how to use her, where to use her, the awakened ability, like loops for short fights, mid fights, longer fights, shows it, talks it through. It is so good that I went to Gabam and was like, you need to put this out. You spent a tremendous amount of resource making this champion. You need to publicize her. And this is, I believe there will never be a better guide than the one Campo made. There might be one that's equally as good at some point in the future, but there are none that are as good. So if you're interested in Enchantress, subscribe to Campo, go check it out. It's going to be at the top of his page. He's on call. I'd asked him to talk about it, but he's too modest of a person.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she's definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but I've grown to kind of love her because she's so wacky. Like, she's just weird. And, you know, if you've been playing the game for a long time and you just want something a little different, she has a lot of power. It's just kind of not a straight line to get there. And if that sounds fun to you, then check it out. She's not going to be a BG's attack wizard like so many champs are these days, but cool champ.
I like Na's terminology here. Iceman is a glue guy for roster. I think so, dude, because there's just so many immunities. And he's good. He's good. He's objectively good. How much does it take to get all the bonus items in Game Store? OG Highlight, if you're talking about financial, I'd be happy to DM that to you later. You can DM me, buddy. It sounds like the 1-2 romance gem is bugged. Ooh, that's not good. I mean, Ultron's in the romance crystal already says the gem is for champs in the crystal. Any CCPers have the ability to check in on that?
Yeah, I'm taking a look. I don't see anything yet, but if I do, I'll let you all know.
Oh wait, Yaga saying Cat saying they're working on it. Okay, so
Okay,
so hold
Thanks,
on. It sounds clear, Cat. If you're still listening, correct me if I'm wrong. But that is the intention: is for these gems to work on the champions in the crystal, as it says. It's not currently working. Hold on a little bit. Again, I don't want to put words in Kat's fingers as she types them out. Yes, that's correct. There we go. Sometimes communication works. Thank you, Captain Dante. Have a great day out there, bud. Brennan, his video was so helpful for me. I assume he's talking about you, Campo. It doesn't always feel good. You're like, I'm here. I want to help people, and they're like, hey, yeah.
Yeah, I knew not everyone would dig the video, but I also felt strongly about doing it. So that's sometimes what you got to do.
Modad, I very much agree with you, and I'm going to say something similar when we get to the Ares talk later in this. Are all the creator codes the same today? I think so, Tyler. If someone has a different one, you let me know so I can hunt them down and talk to them. No, just kidding. Yeah, I think they're all the same. Oh, no, wait. There is another version, isn't there? I think.
Not that I know of, but unless if they put one out on the regular Discord or something.
Yeah, there might be another version of the same code. There's been a lot going on. I've kind of had my head in Epoch the last few days. Do other streamers have different codes? I don't know. You tell me. Way to go, dude. Way to send people to other people's streams. I don't know. Well, you go and find out.
Let's go find out.
Yeah. All right. Let's open this stuff. Oh man. Oh, dude. Billy D, yes code so far, Lags Vega, and MSD. All right. If those three people all agree, then you know it's true. Yeah, you got that right, MP. All right, we're just gonna do the opening, and anyone like, if you're like, I can't stick around, but I wonder how this goes. I am gonna, like I do every time we do this, I'll edit it down. I'll take out all the stuff that's not like appropriate or not inappropriate, but it's not fun to see in a video, but it's fun for a stream. I'll edit that out, and we'll put this in a video probably tomorrow. I don't know. It's Valentine's Day, and I got plans tonight. I got plans. All right, let's do this, dude. Wow, Campo, where do we even start?
I don't know. I guess maybe those couples crystals just to get some warm-ups. And I do know that if you spin them out and don't tap, like maybe try it with one, there's supposed to be a special animation, so that might be fun to see. But you have to let it roll all the way out. And I obviously wouldn't recommend doing that for all of them, but for maybe one or two, it might be fun. Yeah, we're not doing that for 86.
Yeah. 86. Let's go.
Yeah. 5-hour video.
Yeah. Get some dinner, get some coffee. Iceman and Scorpion? Dude, you got... All right.
You know, I really wanted to use Scorpion in Epic, and it just didn't line up, but he was in one of my original plans, so that's another really good 6-star.
So wait, you're saying I should spin this out? 86, dude. 86 Mets for Campo, New York fan.
Hey,
baseball.
There we go.
Dwight Gooden in the straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah. Gary Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't tap it.
Hold on. Oh my, 7-star Scarlet Witch is in here.
Yeah, these are big time, and they're 5 to 7, and you get 2.
So don't tap it. You're saying don't tap it.
Yeah, just for just to show, I think they worked hard on this tech, so it might be fun to see I haven't seen what it looks like yet.
See, I've gotten to the point, this is how you can tell I've played for 10 years. I've gotten to the point where I enjoyed that. Like, there was a point in time where that would have driven me insane. right? Like 7 stars, 18. No, I can get no more. No, and now I'm like, all right, that's cool. At least I got a little bit of a dopamine drop there for like a few seconds. I'm so immune to the crystals. Fly Eagles 5, you got that right, Ludwin. Let's go. Now onto the 85 Bears. We'll do this like I don't know 3 times, and then I think we'll pop because there's just so much stuff to open.
Yeah. Oh, is Old Man Easy a Sox fan? Sorry, my friend. That was not great for you all.
Oh man, easy. Sorry, dude.
But believe me, you guys have had the Red Sox have had plenty of championships since then. So I don't want to hear any more tears from you guys. All right.
I don't know, Campo. I really feel like we dropped the ball. Maybe we kicked the bucket on that one. I don't know. We got to buck this trend of bad puns.
yeah.
And an LSD raid. What? Are you kidding me right now? Thank you so much for being here. We're having fun. We're opening. We bought out the store. So we're having some fun. And I don't think anything good happened here, did it?
I don't think so.
One more. 1984. I know something cool happened in 84. I can't remember. I was 6 years old. Cut me some slack. I am this individual the second chance. Oh, is it because I'm going too fast? Mr. Belding's like, you're waiting up until the point that you're supposed to wait for and then moving on. All right. I feel badly because I think someone spent a lot of time creating that. Oh, the Nexus Hero Crystal is like the second drop. All right. That is really cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't need to see 83 of them, though. And I imagine most of you don't. We got other stuff to get to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I just wanted to see what that looked like. I don't think we should do any more like that.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Tobias is right. Life is good, but it could be better. All right. Come on now. Let's go. That was Wonder Woman 84, right? I think it was. Everyone's like, I don't know. I didn't see it. All right, let's scroll through. A lot of black and red borders.
Lots of ISO from this. That's good.
What's up, man? And you know I need me some ISO.
Everyone needs some ISO, man.
Yeah. There was a time where I would have been so pumped up for that Medusa. Hey, since you're here, and I think everyone knows who this is. We got the question of do you think it'd be possible for Gwenpool to tank SB3s from Eris or Ares?
Not special 3s, but special 1 and special 2. Yeah, she would absolutely survive.
Oh, that's interesting.
Actually, yeah, that's a interesting point there.
Now I'm the guy that I told you all not to be, where I'm like connecting the dots, where I'm like, see, they knew it all along. It's part of their plan. Bog, thank you so much, dude. Let's get you up on the board. Bog was going off in, I think a pretty amazing stream the other day, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Bog was funding my not existing gambling addiction, that's for sure. Incredibly generous the other day and yesterday as well. So yeah, big love to Bog. He's the man.
Yeah, seriously. Anytime we see people giving donations, supporting other MCoC content creators, like it feels good. Like it really does, because you're like, cool, man. Keep supporting them. They're working their butt off. And so it was great to see that. So that was awesome. That really was cool. I'm just popping stuff now because the crystals, we got 86 of them to open. So we're gonna matriculate our way through here. And use those emojis, dude. I gotta get better at that. Than showing off the emojis. I am going slow on these because I have a lot of them as 7 stars. So if it showed up as one new isn't a definitive. There's a way to say what I'm trying to say. I just can't think of what it is. Just because we don't see one new doesn't mean we haven't got something cool.
There you go.
For sure.
Yeah. You know what they say.
Are you looking for anything particular out of these?
So as I sit here right now, and I'm not commenting necessarily on the pricing of things, I haven't really sat down and thought about that per se. Is this sale is better than I thought it would be, and so right now I'm going through a little bit of like, I think I'm about to get a ton of 6 stones to put into my Medusa and my Iron Man. So as I see it, yeah, I would love to get 7-star Namor. I would love to get 7-star Ultron, but I think I'm about to get them from the box anyway. I would like to get 7-star. Oh, Shield. Oh, dude, actually, I'm sure you answered this on your stream. I did the thing where I was like, I don't know. You should go ask MSD. Where on the awakened ability.
Yes.
So obviously I don't have as much experience with her as you do. And I do see she's incredibly powerful. I also feel like she can be a little finicky, let's call it, maybe.
100%. Absolutely.
I was like, ultimately, I think the awakened ability is still a win. Like, I think I like it because you are still getting an attack boost against Mystics. A lot of them have like an advanced, not combat power, but ability power. Like, if you don't mind explaining that a little bit to people, because there were people in this chat asking.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to preface by saying my perspective on it is incredibly skewed, as I am heavily biased to having more control in the fight. So what the Awaken ability sort of does in Mystic matchups specifically is it can limit the control situationally. It's not going to happen in every single matchup, but because you're giving the opponent 25% less power from combat hits, it can get sort of agitating sometimes to try and maintain, high numbers of Furies with the combat power being reduced. Be that as it may, I absolutely, unequivocally value the rest of her signature ability highly. I think it has aged phenomenally. And even now, with like the removal of debuffs, the reduction of armor, duration, and potency for tech champions, that's all still super relevant today and makes her viable for matchups outside of the Mystic class. The only problem, and the issue that I harp on, and that is why my now rank 4 7-star She-Hulk is unawakened, is because of how much I dislike that Mystic ability.
So you did do the R4. I saw the thumbnail today on the post, and I was wondering if you were going to. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was sort of a no-brainer. I was thinking about, man, what if I play like the long game, take up Thanos or Serpent? Those are incredible characters. But then I woke up from that dream and entered reality and realized what the right decision was.
Yeah, I believe in ranking up who you love, right? Like,
yeah, huge. Like, the ability to choose who you want, right? Because the gem crystal is out of your hands, so it doesn't really feel as impactful in terms of like the sentimental value. But when you can pick, oh yeah, that's a huge deal.
I see the question here from Sliced Bread. Best relics for the Awakening Gem. We'll get to that. We'll do a Q&A here. I will leave I can't write and talk at the same time. I'll do timestamps in the description so you can come back and watch. I mean, I'd love it if you stick around the whole time, but I understand people have things to do and what have you. I've written that down with the other question from AFO, and we'll do our best to answer that for you, bud. All right. So far, not a single 7-star.
That's what I thought. Yeah, but oh wait, I just saw it. Was that Ronin or something? I think I might have seen a 7-star.
Oh, really?
I stepped away for a second, so I missed it. But
no,
I guess not. Okay.
Now that there's
my eyes are playing tricks on me.
How do I share this? I should share the screen with you guys. That way, if I interrupt you screaming, you know why. All right. Not the. I'm not really knocking the socks off of this one. Is either of you, because I feel like this is a pretty quick one, does either of you have experience with Arcade enough to say if they're worthy of a Awakening Gem?
That's definitely an MSD one. I haven't really played Arcade.
Okay. I like Arcade a lot. It is a nice Awaken ability. I would consider giving him a tech gem for sure. I wouldn't consider giving him a generic, but I would absolutely consider giving him a tech gem.
Okay, you're talking about 7-star now, right?
Yeah, are we talking about 7 stars or 6 stars?
You know what's funny is I still think that's a great question. When I get asked that question, I often kind of like, whatever they're asking, it's important to them. So if it's like, it could be 5-star and it's still a sign, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still think it's an important question and it will help shape your answer. Okay. I'm just trying to get all of the 7-star stuff going so we can just kind of open stuff. I think that's it. I'm going to save that for my full epoch opening. Would I use the 7-star Waking Gem on Corvus or Scream? I would be much more likely to use it on Scream than Corvus. Although Corvus really needs Sig 1. Cat's in the chat. We got to pick Yondu. Red Hulk for Mr. Fernandez. Gilly for MSD. Toad because I hate him.
Hey.
We'll take Void for Simula. I was tempted to take Sorcerer Supreme for Misty, but Venom for Campo.
Hey, so far the only time I was mentioned was in a negative way.
Well, I just said Venom for Campo. And Howard the Duck for Nagase and Karate Mike. Oh, but Ronan's there for Mr. Omega. See, this is the problem. This is why my circle of friends is too big. That was a perfect example of the problem, the problems it creates. Okay, I think we're there. This is so wild. There was a lot in today's sale.
Yeah. This was bigger than I remember in the past. I mean, it might just be like I have really bad memory, but I feel like this was kind of a bonkers Valentine's sale.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is this wasn't...
Especially with like a big content release.
Yeah, and we often say that like, well, was this sale wide or tall or whatever, right? Meaning like, was this just a bunch of champions and like whatever, Wales got a bunch of champions, or was this also a lot of rank up resources? And I feel like there was a fair amount of rank up resources.
Yeah, the SIGs and everything too.
Yeah, this felt like a way higher than expected value sale for what it is. I mean, Valentine's Day sales were typically just like, oh hey, here's like 7-star romance champions and then some health potions. But this is like, you said earlier, I really like the way you phrased it. Is the sale wide or tall? This felt like it's at a very moderate height, but extremely wide. Like there's a lot of things covered in that store.
Yeah, like I'm even to the point where I'm like, what exactly all do I have? Like I'm being very serious. I have 1, 2 to 3 gem. We haven't even gone to the store yet. Have we?
Right.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. You know, this is unbelievable. I have no regrets going in on this event. This felt very worth it to me.
Yeah, I stand by, and I just enough time's gone by where I will say it. Like almost everything that's available today will come via pay in the game. Like the game needs money; it doesn't need your money. Don't spend not even a penny more than you're comfortable with. Otherwise, would have. If you're gonna spend, this actually feels like a lot for your spending.
Yeah, especially you mentioned it earlier, so in case there's some new folks here, like the consumables, if you're planning to do Epic of Pain, are just massive. You're not just getting units, which can be used for consumables, but you're getting consumables themselves. And they're nice, juicy revives and potions that will just make clearing the content easier and give you access to more rewards that way too.
Yeah, and again, like that's a great example of like you could just every day do the apothecary. Like it could happen. It's just again, if you're going to, not encouraging anyone to spend. I mean, I have a generic 2-3. Oh, and I already had that from Epoch. But I have the thing. Let's go to let's actually go to the store. I think actually, no.
Yeah, I mean, you were gonna get the tier 7 basic, right? Because you've got over 20k units. So,
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Let's see how many. I want to see what my potion situation is. Okay.
Okay, guys, I hate to leave you on
Yeah.
a quick note, but I've got a phone call to take.
Yeah, we got you, bud.
Thank you for having me
man.
on. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
yeah.
Have a great rest of the stream, guys, and good luck on the crystals if you have any more to open, buddy.
All right. Thanks a lot, buddy. Take care.
All right,
See you
talk to
later.
you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Later, dude.
I mean, this is a 50% revive. This is a 48. In all seriousness, though, like I could potentially go through all of that in one Ares run. So, yeah, but it sure helps a lot. So I don't know if I want to go all the way down to. I'd prefer to not have 0 units at the end of this.
0. Yeah. No, I hear you. I agree. I always like having a little buffer.
Is this better than Banquet?
They're so different. It's like kind of impossible to compare, you know?
Yeah, and my knee jerk reaction, or my that's not the right answer. My off the top of my head response is exactly what Cam was. So they're so different. And seriously, for years I've been saying to viewers, Banquet is a massive whale event. It is for the tippy top. Like that's who it's for. So for them, no, this is significantly worse. For literally everyone else, if you're spending dollars, yeah, maybe. I'm glad that I spent more money on this than on Banquet, for sure. Because I'm getting guaranteed results, like, and assets. Although the Banquet champions, I do think were better. Yeah, they were better.
I absolutely agree. Yeah, those 6 were better, and the other thing is Banquet was part of a month when we got 10 free 7 stars, and there were so many other events of just like resources pouring into our accounts for basically free in addition to Banquet. So like, I just don't think a sale that has a limit like this versus like just the, you know, open-ended auction and all the other December events combined, it's just apples and oranges. I think you could compare this to like a July 4 or a Cyber Weekend. It's a similar thing, but Banquet is just a different animal.
Adamantium, thank you for noticing that. I had a lot of fun planning that out. It was like I can't think of the movie, but like where one of the characters' hats gets bigger every time they cut back to her. I was genuinely and intentionally trying to have some fun with people who regularly watch. So thank you for noticing and pointing it out. Thank you, Marlon. And Kat points out something interesting here too. That none of the romance stuff, the revised they were all for money. So that's
true.
That's interesting as well. And then Ace runs a really cool channel. What's cooking, Ace? Cash offers far more value than the unit offers. I don't want to drop any units in there. Yeah, I think that is a good moment to say, if you're holding on to your units and you haven't like done APOC yet, I would get through APOC. I would get through content instead of using your units on this. Unit offers tend to be more expensive, like if you completely equate them to dollars.
Yeah, totally.
And I think getting the content done, the rewards that come for them, that sort of thing is more important to progression, you know?
Yeah, you'll definitely get there. Like, there's going to be another tier 7 basic, and I'm predicting soon. So the total rewards that you get from Epoch are like better than some of these unit to unit as well. And just like if you can't afford the tier 7 basic, like I'm telling people listening, don't worry. Like I can guarantee you there will be another one soon. Like they don't sell stuff like this and then dry up the content right after. It usually means it's coming faster than you think. 20K is a lot of units.
Colin, I see your question, buddy, and we've gotten enough questions I think require a little bit more nuanced answers. I've written it down, so better to Necro before Epoch, and you're saying Necropolis Carinas too, so let's make sure we have that. And I will put a timestamp in the description in case you can't stick around, bud. And so you can come back and watch this. There'll be a timestamp in there saying, because we've already got 3 like more nuanced questions that I think we should go over.
Yeah, totally.
Short answer is I would do whichever one your account feels more prepared for at the time, because the champions will make a big difference on what you can take care of. Ares is going to be item heavy regardless. So, all right. So, and you know what? You don't need, these aren't locked.
Right. Yeah, they're just like straight up pick and choose.
That's different too, right?
That I don't recall. Like, I feel like I've seen this version of the sale before. I know for sure, like on the big holidays, they have the tiers of like advanced summoner bundle and extreme summoner bundle, whatever they're called. But yeah, I don't think this is the first time we've seen it this way, but it is important to note.
Okay, if I walk out of here without a rank 4 after doing all this spending and stuff, I'll be angry at myself. So I want to get this. I want to get that covered now.
So that's 5. Yeah.
I need to buy all 5.
Well, it's bundle 5, and you need to buy 3, and then if you buy the 4th one, you'll get it like right now. I just don't know if you have a source of, you're like 1,000. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, there you are. This is 1/4 the 15 number.
Yeah.
So if you buy 3 of them, you'll be like 1,000 short. So if you buy 4 of them, then you'll go over. I just don't know if there's any source of like 1,000 random shards that you can pick up.
Now I know.
Like, long story short,
yeah.
You might need to get 4. Yeah.
I now know why Crash DM'd me asking, "Do you mind if I take a look at your account, specifically your tier 7 basic?" Like, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, you're pretty short. Yeah, he actually removed 900 fragments from the account.
He's like, "I'll teach you to not buy those daily deals." Wasn't there like a card or something? I know I passed up on a sale. Dink. No, I mean, we've had this many people watching for this long. We're taking someone to rank 4 today. Plus I have uses for those romance signature stones, so I'm very. I would prefer not to have to buy this one, but I am also a YouTuber, is my understanding, and so you all have stuck with me way too long on this stream to not take someone to rank 4 today. Okay, I feel like now the smart play is actually go open up the keys.
Yeah, I think so. Well, if you will get all 6 of the champions first, and then you will get 2 of them awakened, I think. Is that how that works? Because you have 8 keys.
Dude, I honestly don't know. Like,
yeah, the gotcha system is that it's like you get a copy of every one before you get any dupes. So you will get every champ, but then 2 of them will be awakened if you have 8.
Okay, and one of these was the free one. So,
oh yeah.
All right. I guess there's actually no drama at all to the first 5. Like, we might as well just go through them, right? Like, it doesn't matter. For the first 6.
Right.
First 6. Okay.
6, yeah.
Yeah, because I've got the keys.
Because you have 8.
They're going to be 1 by 1. So.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually an awakening for long shot, which is kind of big for him. I do like the awakening for Gwenpool. I'm pumped up to get She-Hulk. And then I'm not upset about the 6 on Superior Iron Man. It's just now this is where this matters. I think, but I have all those awakening gems. I don't. It's a lot of resources. I think I still ultimately want to awaken Iceman and. Why is my long shot not awakened? Didn't someone earlier say that long shot was bugged?
You had a long shot.
Maybe I didn't. I could have swore I did. I probably didn't. In these cases, I'm always wrong. I'm always wrong.
I think it said like if you pull long shot, it'll be a rank 1 level 1, which means you did for sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I guess you didn't get him in the Omega days. Cool.
I'm very angry at 2024 me right now. So okay. Yeah, I still want to awaken Ultron because it's 19 sig levels without having to use those 6 stones. So there's a little bit of drama here. That's
true.
Let's get Ultron. We're gonna get. We just had MSD on. It's gonna be She-Hulk, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh.
Okay. All right. It's all right, MSD. All right. We still got one chance left, I guess. Let's get Ultron. Let me save those 6 stones because I really want to use them on Tony and on Medusa. Here we go. Come on. No, it is literally the worst one to get. I still have one more key? No, I don't. That's very all right. Well, yeah, that was fun. that was not fun at all. Okay. So now we go back to this. Is long shot good? Yeah, long shot is very good. I have no idea what to even get. There's no more stuff to open, right? In the store. Yeah, I'm not gonna. You know what, guys? I don't think it'll be like very entertaining or fun streaming because I'm probably not buying that. There's a chance I buy this, but I had 86 of them. I didn't get a single 7-star. There is a chance I come back and get this. But again, I'd like to get to those questions that folks asked. Let's go ahead and just jump straight to the actual opening now. From Las Vegas, what's up, Dwayne? Let's go ahead and actually finally do the opening. And then we'll get to those questions that folks asked. And then, if we want to stick around or if I'm feeling it, we'll do some of the more like, oh, what's great for my account? But I don't think that's the best use of our time right now. So we've got, see, I thought I had a Titan. We've got 7-star shards. Didn't I get a Titan Nexus somewhere in this all? That's so confusing. Oh, there it is. And a 7-star. Okay. So we're going to come back and do that after we open. Just making sure. I want to make sure of like what we actually have here. Okay. And then I think I have the ability to to awaken Ultron. Yeah. So oh no, that's a 6-star. There it is. So I have the ability to awaken Ultron. I have a feeling that's what I'm going to do. I really want to hold on to my units to get through Ares. That's the main goal here. I've got the consumables to help out there. The Sigstone items, this is where it gets a little tricky. I might come back and pick some more up because, as I said, I want to get the Sig up on Medusa and Iron Man. And I'll be honest, I thought there was... Oh, there it is, 120. Okay, my stupid head is blocking it. 120, I think, will get me... Okay, I mean, so obviously I could take Medusa to Sig 200. She is phenomenal. And then Iron Man, he should be similar. So I can get him to Sig 200 too. So what I will do with those is I will actually wait, see what 3-4 gem I get from Epoch, and then probably use those stones as my thinking here. So Justin, awaken. Oh, that's right. I have the awaken gem. All right, so let's go ahead and do the actual opening now. The awakening gem should be right in here. I believe I already have a mystic one, a mutant one, and a skill one. So, yeah, it's kind of an interesting position to be in. I don't actually have a strong, like, please be this as of right now. Actually, you know what? Tech would be pretty cool. Because I think with Punisher 2099, all I care about is Sig 1. So actually Tech. I think I actually want Tech. Yeah, Justin, I think you're calling it. What's up, JJ? Tech would be cool. It's going to be skill. Yeah, it's skill. You know that, like, they're so early out. I'm not going to get too up or down on that at all. Because I would really like Patriot, and I'd like to get Patriot awakened as well. I still keep opening up Titans in hopes of that. Let's go ahead and do this. We are hoping for, obviously, Sigs on any champion who I want more Sigs on, or to awaken a champion who I really want to awaken. Punisher 2099 being one of the big ass. I'd love to get Chill. With rank 4 and it being via gem, if I was to get skill, she would very much be in my thought process there.
Hey, I think I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. What's up, buddy? I saw you had to dip out there for a minute, right?
Yeah, no, literally my computer crashed, so that was fun. I was using too much memory on the application, so I am back.
Thank you for coming back, dude. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And yeah, Okoye was one of the ones, right? Sig 0 or Sig 1 seems to be great for her, so my luck, not great so far.
So I actually literally had to dip right when you opened the 2 awakenings. So who'd you end up getting?
The awakening gem was skill.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if I'm gonna, so I actually think I have 2 of them now. If I'm gonna double up on a class for awakening gem, skill's probably one of the better ones for me, because I really want to get Patriot and awaken, and then I'm excited about Okoye coming up. So, and I would want her awakened as well. So I'm pretty content. I feel like there's another skill champion I'm actually forgetting, which is weird too. So
you know who I'm recently excited about is Silver Sable.
She's pretty good, right?
Yeah, and she's coming up for the Epoch paths too, but she's pretty cool. Patriot, I'm really interested to see the balance, like the details of it.
Okay,
because she's already pretty good.
I actually kind of like Thing, and I've been pulling him more. I think he saw me put him in my top 10 for science in December,
Yeah,
and he's like, someone remembered me. Thank you. And so I pulled him like twice now.
That's great.
5 RAs got it. Masakre. I can't believe I forgot about Masakre. Thank you. That's exactly the other skill champion I've been thinking about. You're 100% correct. Thank you. That being said, if Thing is the best pull of today, let's not even go there. Let's not entertain it any more than Eric. Please.
The basic pool is so ridiculously huge now. It's kind of nuts. All right.
Well,
I mean, more regen is always good.
Was it like 4 years ago? I would be like yelling and screaming, I got played!
Yeah. Oh, I think it was more than that. It was like 2018.
Don't remind me how old I am, Campo.
All of us are that old now. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. It's not just you who's gotten older since then.
Yeah.
You're aware of how time works.
Blade Day, someone can correct me. I think it was February 2018 because he came out in 2017.
Dude, that was legitimately terrible. I mean, again, it's my own fault though for already having like Luke Awakened. Like, I try to remind myself when I have those where I'm like, they weren't bad. It's just I already have them, you know?
Yeah.
All right, dude. Can we please like just put a smile on my face?
This is just a 3 Nexus, right?
Yeah.
Because they have those 5 Nexuses now.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the Sig on Gladiator is the most worthy. Like, he is a good champion.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Morbius, I've said before, is fine at 20. Like, I think 60 is sort of his, like, real sweet spot, but Gladiator just gets better and better. Yeah.
Probably enjoy Spider-Ham and Morbius the most. So
For sure.
I mean, shoot. Spider-Ham would legitimately be in my thought process, though, for rank 4 if I pulled Science Gem. But my current, I'm in MSD's Alliance. We're not really sweating prestige, I don't believe. So, I don't know if like I really feel the need to take a champ to 200.
Sure.
I play Spider-Ham by far the most. Morbius, I enjoy almost as much as I enjoy Spider-Ham. But I said in my video, I don't think he's nearly as usable as Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
Gladiator drives me insane to play. And so I think as a result, I think he's worse than he probably actually is.
Well, I mean, I guess if the situation ever came where like you really, really needed a Gladiator, there might be another way to sig him up, you know?
Yeah.
So like 40 to 60, that's not affecting your account at all, you know? So it's a tough call, but like logically he probably is the way to go, but it doesn't sound like you're sold on it.
No, I'm not. And I'm going to learn from my biggest mistake. I did the account tour and I was like, my biggest regret was putting Sig Stones into Omega Red last year and being like, this will make me play him. And I haven't played him since. The guy is like literally collecting dust. And I should have put those 6 stones into Quicksilver, who I do enjoy playing. And so I play Spider-Ham by far the most out of all these champions. The chat and Campo are correct, as always. I am an idiot that needs to be reminded of the things I say that were actually smart. And so we're in Spider-Ham.
Nice.
Yeah. I think this is a pretty quick one. Sorry, man, the chat keeps moving. I need your take, guys. OG Iron Man or Domino rank 3? I think if you're really into Battlegrounds and that Domino's Awakened, probably Domino. Otherwise, I would say probably Iron Man for like general questing and things like that, especially if he's Awakened. I think that will actually... Oh, this one's making me laugh. Oh no, Smeagol gear on. Damn it, I can't escape it. Sorry, man. I am sorry, but I've been a fan since I was a little kid. And in case you can't tell, I was a little kid a long time ago. I really appreciate the donut. Let us know if you have a question or something like that.
So I've seen a few people bring up the cost of the tier 7 basic. Like, do you want to talk about that at all, or like how do you feel about 20,000 to get early access to another rank 4?
You know what? Let me. I think I have one last crystal to open, and then let's jump into the Q&A for sure.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting to talk about too. Yeah.
Okay, I think it's pretty obvious. Like Patriot, please.
Yeah, man.
For the love of God, please be Patriot. If you've been watching my crystal openings lately, like it has been rough out there.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, North Star is going to show up 3 times right now.
Oh no.
Awakening Hood would be great. Rintro would be great. And I like North Star. Don't get me wrong. I actually might take North Star to rank 3 soon. That's just how it's been. Poor
You're
North
good.
Star.
You're good on the North Stars.
North Star's like, what the hell did I do to you, man? Leave me alone. All right, here we go. I honestly like almost can't look because it's been so bad. Oh my fuck.
Oh man.
If you know me at all, you know I hate Infamous Iron Man.
I know, which is too bad because some of us like him, but it's okay.
Well, those same people like Toad, Campo. Those same people who like Infamous.
Yeah. I mean, I still think if you don't love any of them, I know you like Superior Iron Man, but we were chatting about a Sig a little bit. I mean, getting the Awakened ability just opens up a little bit more about iDoom in case you ever had to use them for like paint content or something. But I'm going to quickly look up Superior Iron Man Sig because I forget exactly how it scales and stuff.
It's really interesting. Yeah, I would appreciate the heck out of that because I'm too frustrated to even touch my computer at the moment. Kat, thanks for reminding me that you love Toad too. You're part of the Toad love crew. How did I forget?
But she doesn't like iDoom, and we've fought about that too. So.
Yeah, North Star is literally even named Vega in French. If you change your game to the French, like it's
That's
people
hilarious.
pointed that out to me. They're like, his name is Vega, right? And he actually is really good. I just think his Sig like gives him like physical resistance or something. Like it's one of those things where you're like, I'm sorry, what? What? Why? And there's probably something about the kit that I don't understand, and that's why it's there. Missouri. I think his Sig is just called Prestige, and it scales with 8 rewards or something like that.
Nice.
Now that joke wins the day. That joke wins the day.
That's good.
Cat.
Yeah.
That physical resistance is really strong, to be frank. But if I don't want to be frank, if you are a Battlegrounds enjoyer, then it becomes very tinky. Like helping them get around. Oh yeah, I did talk to B about that. You're right, Kat. To be fair, not to be frank. Got it. I've never been concerned with fairness, anyways. Any intel on the research?
Right.
Yeah.
So with iDoom, you get his regen and special lock ability, which like I would never play iDoom if he wasn't awakened. So it's sort of like if you ever think you'll use him, so there's that. But if you're never going to use him, you're never going to use him.
I ain't using that.
With Superior Iron Man, I was just looking. It is the regen potency when he gets low gets like super high the higher it gets, which is nice.
Yeah, that's right.
And then also the auto block thingy has a faster cooldown, which is good. That's a safety net. And then also If inflicted with bleed, incinerate, or shock, it pauses personal buffs. It starts out at 0.5 seconds and it goes up to 2 seconds, which is a pause, which sounds like a nice quality of life for maintaining your stuff.
Yeah, it's nice.
So I definitely think it's pretty good.
I should probably improve the champion that I already have at rank 3 and I know I enjoy using. Then take the aluminum can on the left, or North Star, who I think I will enjoy, but I don't know. Like, this literally is like, take your own advice, moron. And me being said moron should take my own advice. Thank you. I really appreciate you reminding me how good Superior Iron Man Sig is. I literally said in my video this week, like, if you see me pull a Superior Iron Man, I'm going to be disappointed. I've gotten Superior Iron Man, I think, twice already today. Yeah. All right. And wait, there's more. We have one last thing to do before we get to the Q&A, which we will get to. It's the whole reason why I got the full 20,000 units, which I think after this is done will be a nice segue into the 20,000 units to get that rank 4. Not even to get the rank 4, but to... shouldn't I be able to rank 4 a champion? What am I missing?
Well, you do need to have tier 4. You need one more tier 4 alpha. And also so you may need to go back to that offer number 1 to just whichever champ you pick to clean up whatever you need. You might need some tier 6. You might need, you definitely need one more tier 4 alpha.
All right. And I'm sure, I am sure that this will surprise no one. Of course, I have to actually go buy the stupid offer that I'm annoyed at right now. Oh yeah, this is the one we literally said. Like, if I actually need,
I'll go back to it. Yep.
This would be the one to come back to. Okay. Who I'm going to be taking to rank 4. I am incredibly excited about this. I got the who to rank 4 video out very, very early, knowing that it might be a little bit early, but I was enjoying already thinking about it. And I was like, if I'm up, falling asleep at night, being like, dear God, thank you for a great day. I'm very fortunate. Also, who should I rank 4? Like, as I'm falling asleep, I figured I probably am not the only one. Truth be told, good Lord did not tell me who to rank. I was very disappointed in that. But I did start thinking it through, and in making the video, it was really helpful to me, and I hope it gave out great advice. Because ultimately, like, is your first rank 4 gonna like matter? Like, are you gonna be able to like clear content that you otherwise couldn't? No, right? It's about the long term and the growth and those sorts of things. And Mystic is by far my favorite class. We always talk about like rank the champions you enjoy, right? You're gonna know how to play them better. You're gonna have more fun. You're gonna do better in tough content when you use them because you know how to play them when the content gets tough. And like, Kubanki is not tough content, and it's really cool. And Mystic is by far my favorite class, by far. I'm not saying they're the most powerful. I think it's between them and Science, and there's so many of them I love. Like White Tiger, Shothra, definitely thought about it. I actually really do like Isophine. I don't think she's quite currently on that power level there, though. If I had Hood awakened and I was better with him, I would consider it. If I was still really focused on Battlegrounds, I would have, well, I don't have Rentra, but if I did, I would have considered that too, so I didn't have to fight him. Like as H Fusion pointed out there a few minutes ago, your first rank 4 is probably going to get banned. But I still think go with who you love. My whole game is not centered around Battlegrounds. I'm enjoying content and everything. I think I'm known best. If there's any champion that's like associated with me, I think it's America Chavez. We do the video every July now. That's been really fun. However, I'm incredibly fortunate for a lot of reasons, but in this game in particular, I get to cover it and have a blast with you all. I have a tremendous amount of friends who share knowledge, who make great videos. They share their knowledge with me, and we get to put out content like helping everyone out or doing the best we can to put everyone out. Some of my friends have been hired by the company to make this game, and DLL chose to see if he could have me like be a fly on the wall for the creation process for Kushala, and that meant a lot to me. And so, not to make a bigger deal out of things than they are, but she's awesome. She's amazing. I love the character, and I will probably never get an experience like that again in a video game. And I know that like you're like, dude, why are you taking this seriously? My channel tagline is like the art of taking fun seriously. This stuff is really meaningful to me. She's amazing. I got to have an incredible experience with my friend, who obviously, like, I know I joke around about it, but he did all of the work, all of the genius of her and how powerful she is and how well she fits in the game was completely him. In his video on it, he gave me a shout out, which was very kind to him. And yeah, it's like, I think like I get to pick my favorite champion plus to an exponential level. So I'm just so excited to do that. I've done my best to hide it. I don't think I've had to like do anything too crazy to hide it. But I've been putting 6 stones into her for a while, and her signature ability is actually really powerful. I got so used to playing her with her unawakened. Like I was doing, I can't even hit the buttons. I was doing tier 1 war, like when Maestro came out, and like, well, with Yoshi, right? With Yoshi, and we were both taking these bosses for SSX, and his was awakened, and he's a great player. And everyone's like, the awakened ability is really helpful. I was like, no, I'm getting used to it without it. Like, and it's like literally everything. I'm just a stupidly lucky person. And so this feels really meaningful to me. Like I actually started to choke up a little bit there. As much as I joke around, I can get a little serious sometimes. And so I just feels right. So shout out to all my boys in the Illuminati, and for all the stuff they share, all the knowledge. Campo is on call right now, and to my boy DLL. I really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. All right. Let's enough serious, so I don't start crying over a video game. There's no crying in video games. That feels freaking cool, man. That feels really
Congrats, Vega.
Cool.
That was awesome to watch that unfold, dude.
Thanks.
That was so good.
I didn't practice a word of that, so I didn't expect to get quite as emotional as I did.
No,
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Heinz.
And Mystic's a really good choice because if you get a class gem down the road and it's Mystic, you've got plenty of other options too. So this is just perfect on so many levels. Yeah, that's great. Can't wait to see the gameplay. She's on my short list too for rank 4.
Dude, it was wild. Like when the Necropolis Karina stuff came out, and you were like, I think you reminded me that I had soloed Odin with her. I was like, oh man, that sounds really tough. I wonder if anyone did a video on. You're like, I think you did a video on. I was like, oh, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think you said I put out a couple Kushala videos, but definitely not the Odin solo. And then I was like vegasolosodin.com, and it was like there. So yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, she's awesome, man. And yeah. All right, we'll move off of that. And thank you, Heinz. No questions, thanks for you. Yeah, man, the full Illuminati and the Wizards, it's these guys. I just get to be the voice. Do I need a hug? I do need a hug and a drink. And this is why I like sports. See, like video games, I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I got one of my friends on call. Like the emotions start coming out. I obviously can't play sports anymore because I'm old and out of shape. But when I could like bust into someone. I could like shoot a ball. I could throw a ball. I could kick it, and I could be all stupidly manly and suppress my emotions. All right. Thanks. Hey, Nirwin, dude. Thanks. You were part of that. That was my BG leader there in SSX there. Okay. Q&A time. We had a lot of great questions at 2:04. Eagle hugging a bear. That's the other thing. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. All right. Our first question here is from Afo. And this was about, actually, the first question, Afo's like going to watch the play. Like, what the hell, man? Just answer my question. Is the 20,000. I love that it was stupidly expensive. Like, I love that. In fact, there's a small part of me that's like, should it have been more? It was only one tier 7 basic. It was for units. So I'm like, well, no, your unit grinders, like this is where the unit offers always feel tough for me because I want free to play to be able to progress and feel like they're meaningfully progressing and to be able to do battlegrounds at a relatively high level and play war. And so like when I say it should have been more, I'm thinking of like your whales. But you're free to play and like not just free to play. Let's like there's a massive difference between someone who's like, yeah, $800 on a game, that's cool. And someone who's like, I got $50. I really enjoy the game. I want to spend $50 on the game. Right? That's not the same. And so when I'm saying free to play, I mean basically everyone who's not dropping $800 like it's nothing. And so there's a part of me on the other side being like, dude, I wish it was a little more accessible because 20,000 is a lot. What do you think, Campo, on that one?
So it came in about what I was thinking, and if you know about me, like I try to kind of theory craft the progression of the game and things like that, and I figured that minimum it would be 15K, but that I was thinking 20 or 25. And the thing to remember is that there were technically 2 already released, but they were in very difficult content. Like you had to do most of the Karinas challenges and an Ares path. So this is definitely like a little thing they're waving in front of you to get a rank 4 faster. And I agree that for the like acceleration of getting it, I think it is about right. It is about right. And it also, more importantly, I think signifies that there will be more soon, not like tomorrow, but in a few months. And I also like that, like you were saying, you were kind of happy that it was expensive because like I knew immediately, well, I can't afford that. And at least it's not tempting me. If it was like 10,000 units, I would be like, oh, I could totally afford that. But then I would be pretty much toast on unit stash that I had worked on. So those are just kind of my fleeting thoughts on it. But it makes sense where we are in the game that they would let this be where it is at 20K.
That makes a lot of sense, and I appreciate you saying it. And I am reading the comments too. Is Cat's bringing up like it was sold in chunks, and I really like that as well too, because if you like had ground out some units or you just had units accumulating, you could have bought a chunk. Yeah, all right. I'm just saying, I think I'd qualify as a whale, and there's no way I'd spend 20K on one. So that's good too. Like the price point was enough out there. And I will say, you guys have heard me say this before too, and I think I forgot to say it in today's stream, was like, remember, I do YouTube, right? Like, so all the money I just spent is going to be, well, like my pulls are really bad. So maybe I'm not making too many videos on them, but I would be making videos on it. I did this stream. I'm going to cut this up into an opening. So I think there's a little bit of difference too. And I was being very honest when I said, like you all, there's between like 300 and 400 people. Looks like at the moment it's 280 bouncing through this stream. And I was like, no, like that's a lot of people to be sitting around waiting. I've been saying I'm going to rank for someone. I'm going to rank for someone. Like it's well within my means. Come on, like I'm not going to stop now. So it is a little bit different. I think if I was not doing this, maybe I wouldn't have pushed forth. I would have waited for the next small trickle or something like that. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next question here, which is from Apo. And I want to talk about this a minute. And so Apo saying, Ares fight, don't like it because have to write things down. Now, let's be honest. And I know Apo. Apo's a smart player, a good player. So I think that was just like an example of what they don't like. They're not saying like any fight you have to write something down is automatically bad. So let's not straw man what he's saying, okay? I hear that and I get that. I think that's the game we play though. And I mean that in a good way. Is as someone who has at times thought about creating a second channel, I've looked for other games that have the combination of some sort of physical gameplay, some sort of movement, like what have you, with the RPG elements of this. And I have literally not found one. There are like fighting games, which honestly I don't have the dexterity or quickness for. Maybe I never did, but I definitely don't anymore. Or there's turn-based games like Marvel Strike Force or like Raid Shadow Legends. That I'm like, I'm not wanting to do that. I don't currently enjoy the few times I've tried a turn-based game, I've not enjoyed them at all. And yes, Raids has reached out to me multiple times to try to do a stream or whatever. And I've always just been like, I don't think I want to, guys. Like I've built, like, it just doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like a right fit for my channel and the relationship we've built with you all. So I think this fight, I literally wrote this to Kabam. I can say the things I say to Kabam. Is I said, I think this was the perfect fight for this game. Never experienced one better in that you're super high-end players. Like, and I will say like MSD, I saw Legacy improve significantly at the fight from like his first stream to what he did last night. Andrew the Rough improved significantly. I am in a chat with like Campo. I was saying a lot of chats with Campo, but Campo has improved. And these are really high skill players who've put in like the time and effort and energy to like learn the fight, do the moves, and get better. And they're getting better. And I think it's cool that there's a fight for them. I've done the fight twice now. And my first time, I'm not joking you, that I got a dex once. I got a special dex one time, once. And it wasn't like luck, but it wasn't something that I felt like I could repeat. And I went in for the fight a second time last night, and I had dramatic improvement. I actually went to a chat and was like, I can dex a special one now. Like, I felt confident in it. And in the first time I went through it, and I'm getting to why I think this is such a perfect fight, is I think it satisfies that like higher skill, dexterity, quick twitch, let's call it maybe, eyesight, hand-eye coordination for those really high skill players. But a person like myself, who's like pretty good at the game, was able to utilize strategy and units to get through it. And let me explain why it wasn't just fully unit manning, is they built in the vigor system. And the vigor system means that like, if you keep going in, you're going to consistently do more and more damage. And so what I fully focused on was just learning the SP1 dex. I was like, if he throws SP2, he does, and I get destroyed, fine. It's fine. But I'm going to work on intercepting him. I'm going to learn on punishing the heavy, and I'm going to throw my special one as soon as I get it. And I started doing meaningful damage. In fact, I think I spent some units on it, but it felt to me like it was not cheap. I did not hate the game. I didn't hate myself, right? I was like, I'm getting a little bit better. I'm starting to do meaningful damage, because you really do. You honestly do. You see the health bar go down. Like even in a one where like it ends quickly, you're like, oh, I still took off like 4% health. And I can see that I'm getting better at the fight. And so I get it. I'm not trying to tell the people they have to like the fight. What I am saying though is I thought it was perfect for the game we play and the way this game is built. I think it helps your high skill players feel challenged and like they learned something. And then I think it's helping players like me who are like, we're good. We're good. We're not elite, let's call it. Go through, we can make meaningful progress. You can earn the units, you can earn the health pots and all that stuff. And it's up to you. Do you want to go through more quickly and earn units? But if you have a stash full of revives, maybe some extra, make sure you have the green crystals for your first run or two. You're going to go through and you're not going to feel like you like have to spend money on it. And if you take the attitude of, I just want to get better at this segment. Seaton did a great video, and MSD has done a really good video breaking it down too. I'm sure there are others. Those are just the only ones I've seen so far. I'm trying to convince Simula to put one down because his guides are so insanely good. And that's why I like this fight. Again, not telling you have to, but it is why I do. And I'm happy to take questions on that in my experience, and I'll obviously talk about it more. Campo, do you have anything to like add on to that? And like, you know me, dude, you could come and be like, dude, the fight sucks. I hate it. You're an idiot. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Like, I really, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you hit all those aspects of it perfectly. I think I'll just add one thing, which is that I feel like the game has been building up to this fight for a number of years. And like to backtrack a little bit, when the champion from 6.2 came out, that was such a shell shock to so many people. And just like the units that we used to get him down in that last phase felt really bad because there was no persistent progress. It was a skill ask that we had never seen before, and it just felt like you kept going in and getting battering rams, right? But, you know, with the vigor system in this one, obviously that helps. But the other thing is they've been building up the skills needed in this fight slowly in hidden ways. They've been releasing champions like Spider-Punk and Enchantress and Spiral that have swiping on the screen that isn't just left and right. You know, there's ups and downs now. They've introduced stuff like Root, which is like, can you dex this special essentially against the wall, like without having to just spam dash back. They've encouraged intercepting in different ways. They've encouraged using relics. Like the vigor itself didn't exist in the game until relics came into the game. And it was a way to give you more damage that wasn't tied to your buffs and your passives, like, you know, furies and things like that. So like when I thought about, and the other thing is Patriot has a reversal. He was the first champion with reversal, and Ares has reversal. He's a lot scarier than Patriot, but they were like, hey, just get used to this mechanic. Like you're going to get rebounded back in the game. This is something to watch out for. Same with like Bahamut sort of had that. So when I really looked at the fight, it wasn't just like we went from Act 3 Thanos, like, oh no, there's a tough special to Dex, but there's no abilities, to Ares. It was like really thinking about the way that if you've been playing the game, you've been trained on some of these aspects, that it would, I don't know, all of that is sort of the reason I really respected the fight, is because I looked at it as like this long-term project that Kabam was putting together, that they probably thought about 2 years ago and have been working toward. And to me, I just really respect that as a game team, to see that much foresight that goes into something.
So to the shock of no one, that was insanely smart, and it shows like this your skill set, because I hadn't even I can't believe, I'm a little irritated myself. I hadn't really thought about like the building up to, and that makes a lot of sense. And Old Man Easy is I forgot about that part too, or like the comparison is, guys, I literally had a meltdown the first time I fought Necropolis Grandmaster, right? And the phase where you like the reverse controls, either it's all reverse, it's all reverse controls. I was like, I'm quitting the game. Like, I hate this game. This feels so cheap. Like, it felt so cheap to me. Now, of course, I got a lot better at it and stuff. Like, I overreacted. But this fight did not do that to me at all. I'm not saying that it's wrong if you felt that way. Just saying my experience. So that tracks completely. I don't think we have any questions specifically on it. Oh, I'm seeing people saying they're having difficulty using their romance gems and stuff. My understanding is that Kabam is aware of that and they will get it fixed. So please don't give up and use your item on someone else, because then you're going to have to like talk to support, and that's never fun. And yeah, you don't want to do that. So just hold on. I know it sucks to hold on. I trust me, I get you. I really do. Fortunately for me, all my pools were craptastic, and I don't feel the need to use my resources. And then we got a question from Zealous Games. I'm a light spender. I don't have the budget for this event. I'm really happy to hear that you're aware and like you're not going to go in. That's awesome. But I did get Ultron with my free key. Is he worth the bet? Absolutely. I think because you still have a massive damage dealer. You have someone who deals degen versus mutants, right? Which is direct damage. So that's still not an energy damage. There was a time, even at Nimrod's heyday, where I would say, if I had to blindly take a mutant champion in MCoC, like I don't know who the matchup's going to be against, I would rather have Ultron than Nimrod. Because there was like Bishop, and I think there was one other fight, I can't recall what it was, where Nimrod was actively like not good because of the energy damage that he does. And the war map years ago used to be blind, which is why I brought that up. So I still think Ultron is very much worth investing in without the dupe. Immune to bleed and poison, has a really great heal at 50 and 25%, and that's just once per fight. It's not like once per quest. or anything like that. Campo, do you feel differently on Ultron Unawakened?
No, I still think he's really good. Like very, very just solid generalist if he doesn't have the awakened ability. And then if you do manage to awaken, which you will someday, I mean, eventually we get more resources quicker and everything. That just opens up a new piece of utility for him. And yeah, that I mean, he's a tank as it is, and then those regens just can top you up real easily. I remember back in like map 6 days, people would like start the fight at 26% and then take one blocked hit and then go under that, and then they would proc both regens back to back. You know, I remember there's this cool trick that people used to use. So he's been around for a while, and it's just even better after the buff. I love him unawakened even.
We've got a question here from Colin Rogers. This is going back a bit. So, what's up, Colin? Hopefully you did come back. Better to do Necropolis Karinas before Epoch or the other way around? And my my immediate thought, and I thought this when he said it, and I still haven't really found a good reason to think differently, was I would go with what your roster will make doable, right? Like obviously the Karinas is like great rank up resources. I think they're actually pretty fun. But if for some reason like your champ makeup doesn't make that work, but you could do like a path of Epoch, I would say do that first. Can you see something else there, Campo, or anything to add on?
Yeah, I think overall that's the way to go. If you can only do like one path of either right now, if you're talking about like focusing on 100%ing the Karinas, that's a different story. But if you're just looking at your resources for like a single path of something, like one path of the Epoch is definitely more rewarding than any single Karinas challenge. So that would be my only thought on that. It might be worth pooling your resources to just knock out a single Epoch path. But other than that, it's just going to come down to the champs you have. The Karinas do require some specific champions. Like without Guillotine 2099, that one's going to be really hard. Without Future Ant-Man, the Dimensional Being one is going to be really hard, etc. So, you know, make sure that you have the right champs and you have enough resources to go in, and eventually you'll get it all done. I know it.
Yeah, someone suggested I take out my toy on a little. I decided it was fun.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, and I think you're 100% right. One of the things I really like, again, like I should actually make the video. It's just they do so poorly. is on the dimensional beings, because that's the other thing I liked about it is Future Ant-Man is such an MVP for it. But if you're ranking up a 6-star, he's like by far one of the best to rank up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so there was that question. I definitely wrote these all down. Best relic to awaken we'll get to, because I think that's the one that's going to take the most time, to be honest. Was that it? Best Necro, Karina, Ares fight. I apologize if I missed one, but I believe I did write them all down. Hey, Joey, what's up, dude? Are the Romans and Couples Crystals the same champs? I think about the 2-3 gem, and it says for the Romance Crystals. Yeah, my understanding is that they're the same. That's what I think they are. I think that there's currently an issue like that Kabam's aware of, that they're just not working the way they're supposed to. So don't use your items yet. Wet noodle, dude. I'm just bad memory, my friend. I'm sorry. Does Silk need the do? No, it is helpful though, but no.
Yeah, it just opens up like Rintra and a couple other things.
Yeah. I did use it recently for something. I think it was Incursions, where I was able to get the champ I had like a mixed master or something, and I got the champion in
definitely.
the corner. And so I'm not going to say it's not helpful. It is. Have you done a video on Awakening on the Glorious Guardians? I have them the following: Medusa, Deadpool, Sentinel, and Purgatory.
I feel like you did cover that.
Yeah.
Like maybe not directly just the awakening question, but I know you did cover those champs pretty heavy in December.
So I said it then, and I'm still sticking with it. I was like, if I get Medusa awakened, I'm taking her immediately to rank 3. Like I didn't know what the sale was going to include. I had no idea. She's amazing. Like she is an amazing champion, and I think still really well suited for like where the game's going and appears to be headed and like what's going on right now. I will be using my my romance, whatever they're called, the romance 6, whatever the things we got to increase the signature level, and it's going to either be her or Iron Man. I'll admit, I think Medusa has more clearly usable space in the game than Iron Man right now. So, but I'm going to wait and see what I get from MCoC as far as my rank 4 is concerned. And yes, I will consider both of those champions for it. Deadpool is a really weird one for me. We talked about it in the latest tier list that like, if he's that good as we're seeing, I get a little. I will be very interested in his rebalance post. Let's put it that way. I'm not calling for a nerf. I want to be abundantly clear. I believe strongly in no nerfs, but sometimes if something needs to happen for the betterment of the game, I'm glad that that's there as a possibility. And I think if anything, his signature ability is very focused on Fury, right?
I think it's I can't think of another thing that I would want it for other than Nick Fury. Yeah. I mean, he's really crazy, but I was even joking earlier because I did take my Deadpool X-Force to rank 3, and I was like, well, maybe I'll get a ranked on ticket someday. So, but maybe I shouldn't say that out loud. I don't know anything. There's something about him that just feels wrong.
I think it's Andrew the Rough using him to take out a tough noted Sentinel in Tier 1 War in like 20 seconds. I think that might be what feels, but I think that's also like sometimes those things happen, and in isolation, they can really mislead us into like the overall power level of a champion. But then I'm also seeing him used in MCoC. So it's an uncomfortable topic. Let's not talk about it anymore. Purgatory.
He does have like 0 utility. I will say that, like very, very small. So but
it is all in the getting the fight over before something can go wrong department, right?
Yeah.
Purgatory Sig is actually really good. Because the duration of the class soul abilities is increased. I think it's good if you're gonna like invest in it though. So if you're just looking to do like Sig 1, I don't know if she's necessarily the best.
I think she does get a different way to capture the soul technically.
Yeah, you're correct. If the opponent is knocked out while demonic rampage is active, their soul is instantly captured. So that's true. I'm forgetting someone. Black Panther Civil War, but I think that's only if you're going to invest in it, take it to high Sig. And who am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting it. Oh, Sentinel, who I honestly...
Sentry.
Oh, yeah, Sentry. Can you talk about Sentry? I'll be honest, I don't really know much about Sentry.
Honestly, I don't know anything about Sentry at all. Like, I don't have him. I've never watched a video on him. I've never played him, so I really don't know.
Trello board. You got that right, was your headline. And then the last one is Sentinel. Do you know much about Sentinel?
He gets a good defensive ability, which is that he gets those armor ups at the end of the fight, which can really mess you up if you're fighting him. And then the other half of it, I'm currently forgetting. It might have something to just do with more damage, but I do feel like people like his awakened ability, but they weren't saying it in the same way that like Black Panther Civil War SIGs make a huge difference. Yeah, that armor ups thing is the defensive side of it. Yeah. And then the personal debuffs, that's just more damage, more incinerate, so it's good.
So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Honestly, they're all good. I would go with who you enjoy. I could have probably just said that to begin with. So Ark's kid, taking her to Sig 1 to make capturing them easier and more. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. She's great. I mean, she's truly great. Hannah, if they're not touching Sinister, they shouldn't touch. Don't you bring Sinister into this, Hannah. Okay? You leave Sinister alone. I know what you're saying, and I get you. But that Sinister can is not completely closed yet. Let's That's
I think they did when they made him a like a Saga Chase champ. I think they locked in that this is going to be his kit.
no.
in
So
my opinion, at
that's
least.
the thing. I mean, that's what it feels like, but no. Like this was on the Discord server recently, where someone was asking about like the science portion of his signature ability, and then someone went back and like did the research. They're like, actually, in this post, like what felt like 8 months ago, it probably was only like 2. It was like they clearly referenced Sinister, and they're like news will be forthcoming, and I was like, no news, no forthcoming news.
Don't touch him.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Stick, thanks for the membership, buddy. I appreciate the kind words. Necro or Old Man Easy. I've seen. I'm starting to get to the point where word reading has become difficult. I have seen many use an unduped Sentry in Necropolis successfully. Yeah, no, Sentry's good where he's supposed to be good, from what I can tell. If I could give Kabam any advice, I would say never, ever, 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 ever again lead off with a champion supposed to be good in incursions. Like, if you want to make the community tune out immediately, that is the way to do it. Like, so that's the only time you should ever say that, is be like, Sentry is phenomenal in incursions. Other champions that are amazing in incursions are, and then list them, and then be like, we're also nerfing Hercules. And then just like end it, because everyone will have tuned out. Like, trust me on this one. That's the only time they should ever do that. He's won me a BG fight on defense. Is this, Sentinel? Yeah, dude, Sentinel's good. In fact, I need to record the update for the best champions for Battlegrounds. And, yeah, it's not a spoiler. The Illuminati was like, dude, we are too low on Sentinel. We need to raise him. And
Yeah,
I think
I hate fighting Sentinel.
yeah, I think
If I don't have like Shathra, she's actually really good for him.
I think you all said to move him to dual threat too, right? If I remember correctly, because I just made the update yesterday.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't personally one of those people actively saying that, but that would totally make sense. Yeah.
And dude, Shathra is so insanely unique. In a couple of videos, I've said, I'm like, I just put her into stuff just to see like what will happen, and she makes it work.
Yeah.
I think that was the that slight bug, right? So I was like, I definitely landed that intercept.
Oh, maybe.
This is like the worst
My
place
video was a little behind.
to test a
Yeah,
champion.
for intercepting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A champion that wants to intercept. I don't know if you could find it. It's basically like a full-time oscillate node. Never, ever, 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 ever say the word stale again. You got that right, Billy. Ace, incursions just don't matter. Yeah, essentially, like, I'm sure there are some people who love incursions. And I'll admit, when I go in there, I'm like, oh, this is fun, yay. And then I get to like zone or room 8, and I'm like, this sucks.
I literally only
yeah.
do it for the saga because the rewards are better and they make it a little bit easier for you. So that's the only time I touch it. Like, I don't try to do it monthly.
Yeah.
And even then, it feels like, oh, I got to do it.
Yes. I feel bad, but it's true. Like, would you rather do incursions or AQ?
Well, I do map 6, which takes like I could do in my sleep. So I mean, I would rather do AQ because it's just more brainless. Yeah, so that's saying something.
I'm trying to decide. Would I rather do AQ map 8 every day for a month, or do one Saga Incursions run a month? And it would easily be Saga Incursions. Because it's just once. You get it done, you know. Ooh, dude, you're being called out by your alliance leader.
I know, man. That's dirty.
That's like, and this is public. This is like...
I know. I actually did join AQ today, though, for the record.
Did you move and like take fights, or did you just join?
Well, I did, because there wasn't a counter for, there's a Mr. Sinister boss in map 6 now that did not get nerfed after he got buffed. And it's actually kind of it could be bad if someone doesn't bring a counter in. So with 3 hours left in AQ, I saw that people were struggling with it. So I joined with my Warlock, And then it turns out somebody else took him, and I didn't even get to fight him. So I took 4 fights, and then I did a path in Epoch of Pain. So yeah, I definitely joined AQ. For the record. The record shows.
We'll see what you and Kat come out with, because that sounded awfully one-sided. Let's remember a Deadpool X-Force into the rest hands is different than when Deadpool X-Force is in other. This is true. That's actually true, Mr. Highline. Heinz now is a SIG 175 rank 3 Ultra. That's amazing. Sorry, I immediately went to myself, being a bit selfish there. That's huge. Sentinel is so annoying because typical Cosmos do not work on him. Yes, 100%. Agreed. Nagase says that Bill works well for Sentinel. I believe. Yeah, Nagase, great channel, great young man, knows the hell about the game and then has the skills to show it too, for sure. What's the best champ from the box? Already got Superior Iron Man, Longshot, and Gwenpool. Would love an Ultron after the video posted. Yeah, I think the pool is great. As I've said, though, many times, right? Because I think it's important for people to know this. That's why it's worth repeating over and over. Is no champion in the game is necessary anymore. Those days are so gone. So gone. They may come back. I don't know. But there's still, like Sentry feels almost like it has to have for an Epoch fight or a lane. Or it's one fight on a lane. And Campo literally today showed a 6-star kicking butt. That's not Sentry, by the way. And so I think if you're enjoying opening them and that fits within your budget, go for it and have a great time. Because for me, Ultron was the one I most wanted. But Superior Iron Man is in that same tier. Longshot, especially if you enjoy Battlegrounds, is in that tier. Gwenpool is not. But, you've got the other two. So, yeah. So, I wouldn't keep going because you feel like, oh, if I just get Ultron, then this will be good. I think it's more like, no, you already did really, really well. Sorry, Kat. I didn't see you type in a few seconds, so I thought you were gone. Medusa's great. Shoot.
I wonder, actually, has anybody tested the ability accuracy side of her SIG recently? Because it could potentially be pretty good. The way it used to work, and I think it still works, is that by the time you get to 50 hits, you have negative 100% defensive ability accuracy, and it just stays that way if you keep your combo up. So I don't know, there might be some uses for that if you awaken her. I haven't tested it in forever though, so I don't know exactly what it stops.
It's one of those things too where hers is defensive ability accuracy, and for me, honestly, is if I need 50 hits to turn it off, it's something I'm worried about. Good chance I'm dead. I mean that because it's 50. It's a combo counter too. It's not like
you got to keep it.
Yeah, and so then honestly, she could be great with a tune-up because she's got that Innervate, which is 100%.
Yeah, Enervate is a scary ability for Kabam too. I've heard people say, because it's it's kind of like Magic Light, where it's just like a total lockdown.
Yeah.
In some scenarios, so buffing around that can be scary. I understand that.
Yeah, I really think that's a good time for Kabam to just pull off the Band-Aid and stop being scared and jump in the damn swimming pool. It's not that cold.
Love it. I love it.
I'm really tough when I'm in my house and not near them at all. I can talk all kinds of tough talk to them. Got to bounce into amazing. You got it, RX dude. Have a great time with the fam and all that. Great day. I love how you're celebrating it. That's awesome. Thanks for being here. We got a question about Luke. I appreciate Old Man Easy. Old Man Easy's super smart, by the way, in case you don't already know that. Appreciate you answering questions, but what was the question? Looks like it's on Luke Cage. I'm not seeing the Luke Cage question though. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it. I'm glad to hear you got a good champion. I mean, Iceman's very good. Dude, DSJ, congratulations.
Big time.
Let us know what you get. So, I want to use these items, but it makes by far the most sense to wait for Epoch to be done, right? To use the 6 stones, like that. Because I, as much as I improved between fight 1 and 2, I really don't think by the time I get to fight 6 with Ares, I don't think I'm going to have SP1 and SP2 down, and the what's it called, like tie to combat, or I can't think of what it's called. Like I just don't.
Yeah, the way you punish it.
Yeah, I don't currently see myself getting to the point where I'm like 4 reviving it, 5 reviving it. I just don't see that. So I feel like I need these.
The last phase is really finicky too, with all those intercepts and stuff that you have to do. It just was kind of aggravating me earlier today. So it's not a cheap fight, but for the reasons we talked about, I still really like the fight. It's just that I don't ever think I'm going to get to the point where I'm doing it very cheaply either.
Oh my god, dude! You know what? We never talked about the relics, right? And the best one to awaken.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll do a specific timestamp for that person. I can't believe I almost forgot about that. So this will be the relic one, the best one to awaken. Now,
I think I have an idea without looking, but I'm curious to hear what yours is.
So, in all seriousness, I'm going to pull up the tier list.
Yeah, that thing is really good.
But we have not analyzed skill and science yet from the full Illuminati perspective. So awakened ability is important. I'm on tech right now. I mean, we were really conservative with our use of that emoji. We've got it on America Chavez with Iron Fist. That's a great pairing.
Yeah.
Who were off the top of your heads, if you don't mind?
So I felt like the awakened ability on Thor just opens up a new piece of utility for specific champs with the indefinite furies, and that's worth chasing and awakening for. Plus the fact that we all discovered that Thor is kind of the most coveted of the cosmic relics for the most part. So I feel like that's a very safe one. But I might be missing one on a different relic that's a little less obvious, but that's pretty huge.
You know, and I like your take, because for a variety of reasons, but one of them is this is going to be good for so many champions in the class. Like the America Chavez one I brought up, it's great for Chavez, it's great for Absorbing Man, and then it starts to, I mean, it's good for other champions, but it's not, I think, as meaningful across the class. You can see who I have mine on. Gives you a little insight into how great I think she is with it. Yeah, I think Thor is actually a phenomenal call. Did you have any others? But I kind of feeling like Thor wins.
Yeah, I'd have to just click through them again to remember which aspect is that.
So we have it on the Mr. Sinister relic for Domino and Storm. I don't know if either of those champions is good enough. Because, I mean, if you're asking this question, I think, you've got one. This is pretty meaningful.
Yeah. I mean, it's a chance to re-trigger. It's a pretty low chance for the bleed to re-trigger.
Oh,
so,
I went to the wrong relic. I apologize, Campo.
Oh, for Storm?
Yeah.
Or for Sinister?
No, yeah, it's the Sinister relic, like you said, on Domino and on Storm. Because Storm's like a named champion.
True. Yeah, you get the additional chance. I mean, that's a pretty high chance.
It goes.
At Sagadi.
It gets up there, but
Yeah.
I still think Thor for sure.
Yeah, if it's like a totally new ability like that, that's pretty helpful.
Weapon X, if you're really enjoying Weapon X, like that's why relics are so tricky. Is like
Yeah.
it's the champion you're placing them onto and the benefit that champion's seeing, which is again why I think Campo basically came in from the top ropes and knocked out the question with his first answer with Thor. Because it's good for so many champions.
The other one that I forgot about was Valkyrie. Striking into block grants spirit gauge. That's actually pretty good. It's just that's really good for Valkyrie on Valkyrie specifically. It's kind of game changing for Valkyrie using her own relic, but like we just don't use 6-star Valkyrie in too much content anymore.
Yeah.
So that if she comes out as a 7-star and starts like wrecking stuff again, I mean that will be you want that if using it on herself.
And I'm going through the full sheet. I like if you love America Chavez, I would look at the Iron Fist relic for America Chavez.
Oh yeah, that one's huge for her.
Yeah, if you love
like I would use a 5-star awakened over a 6-star for that exactly. Like for example.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe if you love Juggernaut, I would look at maybe the Juggernaut relic. But I this is an interesting question. I think it's one that's going to come up more and more. Is I think Campo's answer of the Thor relic as a default, just generic in a vacuum, because it benefits so many champions in the class. If you have Venom and the Venom relic, but again, those are just so dependent on the champion themselves. So that's kind of. Do you have anything else you wanted to add on that? Because that's a pretty complicated or nuanced answer question.
Yeah, I think we kind of covered it, and like I think also the relics tier list that you started is like brand new, and I'm excited to see that develop over time, and I'm sure after we get through all the classes, we might be able to revisit this with a little bit of a more deeper dive. Because it is a good question. But yeah, that relics are so unwieldy and so complicated, and they add a solid amount of utility to stuff, but also like kind of impalpable utility. So it's tough to just be like, oh yeah, automatically like you're going to be able to take this fight that you never were able to take because of this 20 sigs on this Iron Fist or something. You know, it doesn't work that way. So it's not a very clear answer, and hopefully the spreadsheet will eventually like dive into that level of nuance, so that you can make informed decisions.
And you know what? The HeatlyBros is bringing up the Hulk relic. That is good for a variety of champions. I don't know if the call. Awakened ability, though, if you're just choosing one, because this was finally tuned to like the Awakened ability, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the best relic to awaken. I'm not saying this is bad. It's narrowing it down to gaining a regen effect or inflicting a disorient or a stun. So that's obviously Hulk himself.
Yeah, Hulk himself, right? Or like Joe, you know, like disorient on Joe and his regen. I think for Joe, yeah.
Overseer.
Yes.
Because he's doing stun and heal.
But this relic is so good for so many champs, like Silk and Titania, and like they don't necessarily have these effects, I don't think.
No, they don't. It actually fits Overseer insanely well. Like if you're looking just purely for like that sort of pairing, it's so good for other champs who you might use more. I'm just saying Silk with the heavy combo. Okay, yeah. You know, if you love Spider-Ham, I think this one's insanely powerful. Oh, you know what?
Sure.
Again, I really like relics, so
Yeah, man.
Uh, yeah. See, I don't think I could put this in like the most important, with the awakened ability off of the Hulkbuster one.
Yeah, if you're, I mean, for like Shuri, right? I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
I think for Shuri. And if there's one other that we,
I guess Guardian probably, right?
yeah, but again, he's not. It's like it's not the 10 shocks, like where you're really looking for it, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I think the awakened ability there. Yeah. All right. Got a 3/4, got a Mystic 3/4, and Mystic Waking Gem. I have a lot of options, and also Counting the Fire from the Titan Nexus, which is perfect. Was a science gem. Wow.
It's huge.
Congrats, dude. Titan or Ultron with 2/3 gem, or buy another gem. Well, I mean, buying and stuff, that's always up to you. That's personal, right? Like, remember, the game doesn't need your money. It needs money, it doesn't necessarily need your money. So if you're asking, let's assume that you're all good. I'll be honest, I'm trying to figure out what exactly the question is.
I think Titania or Ultron to. I don't understand the second part of the question there. Like, if are you saying pick one or should you buy another gem to rank both? I think Titania is the better overall champion. Like, if just objectively. So I would start there maybe, and I don't know if buying a rank 2 to 3 gem is super necessary right now, unless if you're just like getting a lot of the deals anyway. Rank 3s are pretty common nowadays.
Yeah, I really like Ultron. I still think Titania is objectively in that conversation for the best science champion in the game. I don't see that changing anytime soon. With Ultron, and I hesitate to say this because I don't want to lead you down the line of thinking like, great, well now I need to awaken him and buy signature stones. I think Ultron is someone to really invest in. I think they're great unawakened, worthy of rank 3 if it works for your account and your account's wanting that and you enjoy him, but you don't need him, and so I would say probably go to Titania, especially if you enjoy her. And then I would play Ultron a bit at rank 2. He does a lot of damage, does a tremendous amount of damage, and kind of feel that out. Like the sales for another 6 or 7 days, and we all do that. We're all human. We'll buy one thing, and then we're like, oh, well, now I need to buy this next thing to continue taking care of the thing I originally spent money on, right? Like,
that's how they're designed.
Yeah. That's why the sales like 7 days and the store and like. And that's not shady. That's business. Whatever. That's not the top. Kabam's not doing anything that other reputable businesses don't do as well. I want to make it clear. I'm not putting Kabam down for saying that or in saying that. Would you rank 4? Oh, geez. So, Siege, you're literally asking like what I'm thinking about at night. Would you rank 4 Prowler, Shuri, or Ultron?
I love Prowler. I'm like a full-on convert of this guy, and I'm fairly new to him. So like for me, it's pretty obvious, but that's just from my own account. Like they're all great champions.
They're all worthy. They're all very much in that worthy of rank 4 option. Like every single one you named. So I would go with who you enjoy more. Don't know what I would do. Because if I pull tech, I'm very much gonna probably be forced. That'll be exactly what I'm trying to figure out. Like, and I've put a lot of 6 stones into Prowler, and I really like Prowler. I'm good, but not great with Prowler, and so that's my holdup. Is more on my own skill set with him specifically, not the champion himself. Meanwhile, Shuri, that's just like plug and play, right? Like there is some nuance to playing her and how you build the shocks versus the passives, and if you want to use her untouchable and all of that. Like I'm not going to say that you can't elevate your play or I can't elevate mine. I'm sure I can. And I still think generically in a vacuum, I know she grades out the highest in the tier list. So I think that's a one where I really mean it when I say which one do you like better? Like, thinking about BGs, which science would you rank 4? I personally want to go photon, but I unfortunately don't have a 7-star yet, so I'm stuck waiting. So, Ace, I left 4 BGs last season. A phenomenal alliance. If you're interested in playing Battlegrounds at a pretty high level, they're phenomenal for it. It's a great place. Abdo runs a great alliance. It is well organized, well run, everything. I left because I can constantly find myself in the same exact spot, and I want to show this to you guys. I'm going to put this in my opening video a little bit too. But here's my Battlegrounds rewards. So I moved to MSD's Alliance because their minimum is lower, right? And I still enjoy Battlegrounds. I knew I'd be playing it. So like to play around similar players made a lot of sense. And they do raids. So there we go. Dude, Campo. Oh, no, I'm fine. Forget it. So there we go. I saw the tier 4 alpha and I was like, I didn't need it.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't think it would have been enough.
So here was my rank. I ended up 487. And this is in like overall. This isn't the like how many trophy tokens did you use or whatever. This is like just how I did, okay? Which I believe is Mysterium 2. Not in the top 500 in literally anything else in the world, except for maybe people live streaming wearing Eagles jerseys and beanies while talking into a microphone right now. That might be literally the only thing that like I'm the top 500 in the world in, right? And so I am absurdly happy with that result. And I want to show this to you because you can see I haven't played Battlegrounds in 9 days. Now, 2 of that's off season, so I didn't play the final week of Battlegrounds. Now, I also talked to you, and I'm really honest about this stuff. Like, to get this win streak, I obviously had to get lucky at points, right? Draft RNG had to go my way, and various things. And you can see I lost at some point. What's it all saying preseason?
That's definitely a bug.
Yeah,
that should say last Gladiator circuit, yeah.
So got to that point. I had hit my minimum of like 300 and change, or maybe it was 400. I don't know. And I was like, I'm good. I want to focus on making content, YouTube content. I want to rank up champions. I want to do the Valentine script. I want to do EPOC and all that stuff. And I knew that if I was still in 4 BGs with Abdo, I'd be like, I still have a minimum to hit. And then what happened to me almost every single season was I'm in Mysterium 1, I start to get close to Celestial 6, and I'm like, oh, if I just push a little bit. And then all of a sudden I've like wasted 2 days playing Battlegrounds. And I'm like, what the hell did I just do? Like, I'm not putting out videos, I'm not doing my job. I mean, I am still. I'm being figurative here, not literal. And I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. So that all is a big preface in like, I've taken down my BG's focus a good amount. And I'm still like, if I had gone a losing streak and finished in Arcane, I would have been like, fine, I finished in Arcane. When it comes to Battlegrounds rank up, I'm still going to keep Battlegrounds in mind because I do enjoy the mode. And if your deck's not good, it's really hard to do well at all. And one of the things I've said is I would go with who you enjoy for rank 4s. Then I said, like, look at someone you're interested in investing in, like someone you're happy to put 6 stones in or whatever. So you feel better about continuing to invest because you probably will. That's how we work, right? We want to constantly invest in what we've already invested in. And then in a mode you enjoy. And a lot of people are like, well, look, I don't want to rank 4 champion for Battlegrounds because if I do, then they're going to get banned. And I understand the logic. And I'm not saying it's wrong. What I am saying is, if the champions, like if someone now bans my Kushala, like it's not like if I had ranked up America Chavez, they weren't going to ban her too. Like people are going to rank the one they think is the most powerful anyway. And so like maybe I wouldn't rank for a pure defender, so I can see the concern with Photon. Well, she's not even a pure defender. But like someone that the other one person's not like hoping to use. But doing a lot of my rank up analysis based on what I think the other person might do, I just am not going to get. I just am not. Now, maybe if I was trying to push Celestial 4 or something like that, I would start to take those things into consideration. But outside of it, I'm gonna rank up who I enjoy, and eventually I'll have 4 rank 4s. And if people have banned Kushala up until I have 4 rank 4s, then so be it. Like I'm okay with it. I think I answered the question. I don't know. We'll see. Shouldn't I be live streaming? I should be. So Modad's question has already been answered. Is that the idea? I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. I do not think Shuri needs to buy a SIG. Having her Jeepers go. Yeah. Shuri like really does not need the SIG at all. Like SIG 1 is great.
Totally, yeah. I actually did all of Necropolis unduped as well, and there's a few fights in Necropolis where you do want to be able to block unblockables, but you can work around it. And then after that, SIG 1 is plenty. I mean, perfect block chance. Okay, great. I'd rather just be able to block unblockables.
Yeah,
at SIG 1, you know?
I stupidly took her from a Nexus. This goes back a while, and then I was like, why did I do that? MSD was even on call, and he's like, I don't think that's a good decision. I was like, I'm doing it. But I went back and I was like, yeah, he was right.
Yeah.
Are you having? I will not be making an epoch guide because I need to get better at it before. Like dimensional beings, I feel like I learned enough about the fights where I can help people out who are struggling. Epoch, I'm not there. I don't think you need to be the most skilled player to give out good advice, which is why you see me giving out advice all the time. But Epoch, I'm not good enough at it. So I don't feel good about it, to be honest. I believe our buddy Outline might be doing a guide very, very soon. Seaton did one definitely on the boss fight. Nagase did a great one. I forgot to say it earlier on learning the SB2 and like a strategy. It's really cool. And MSD has obviously done some breakdowns. He did a full breakdown the other day. Campo has put out a video today on a particular fight that a lot of people are struggling with. So yeah. My thoughts are BG R4 is I want to R4 someone who I'm happy with they ban. I'm totally butchering this. My thought for BGR4 is I want someone who I'm happy if they ban them and happier if they don't. I don't want to R4 someone who I really want to. See, I hear you, dude. And Ace, you play at a higher tier of Battlegrounds than I do, right? Is my recollection. And so I get that. I just don't even know how I would go about figuring out that answer. Like, I mean, the weird thing is Kushala might end up actually landing there, but I did that because of all the things I said. Like, I think there's a chance people don't ban her, especially depending on the meta, right? Lucas, Saquon's pulling Eagles bubble. Dude, I am a big proponent. Like, again, I grew up in the sports era of like Jose Canseco and like Dwight Gooden, and I'm sure they're lovely humans. My point is, I learned early in my youth that I don't know these people at all. And so to appreciate them as like, they're basically appreciate them the way you appreciate a musical artist or an artist. I don't know as a human, but man, I love watching them do their thing. Saquon is about as close as I allow myself to get to thinking like, I bet he's a really good dude, you know? No, it's true. Like, yeah, I hate that I even do it. I'm that way with Hertz too, where I'm like, I bet that guy is a great dude. So yeah, that's awesome. And so glad that's happened for Saquon because Campo closed your ears for a few seconds. Man, was he with a crap franchise for the rest of his career. Oh, I mean,
it's all right.
It's not wrong.
He didn't really do. Yeah, I mean, they couldn't afford him, and they didn't have a team. They didn't have a team where he would do well at the time. So I'll give you that much. Yeah, like he wouldn't be able to put up those numbers without having a good passer and good receivers. So, yeah.
I don't want to. There's no reason to twist the knife. I love Campo, so I'm not going to twist the knife on that. I agree. Back Brothers, yeah.
Hey, listen, we beat Tom Brady twice in my lifetime I'm like good, like I can take it. I can take it.
Well, was that the helmet catch? I can't even think of the name of the receiver
Yeah.
who caught that ball.
David Tyree.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Strahan, Justin Tuck. Am I remembering the names correctly?
Mm-hmm.
With the lineman.
Yeah, he was a lineman. Yeah.
It's for that reason I won't R4 Pig. Yeah, he's too good. Otherwise, it would do him. See, man, here's the thing though, right? Ace is like, you R4 Pig now, right? And I get it. It feels like you put like a beacon on banning him. But like whoever you R4, if they're good, it's probably going to get banned. And so like, might as well R4. I don't know. I maybe I just see it differently. I hear you though, and you gotta do what's right for your account. Hey, Felton has to share.
It's such a short game there, because making a monumental decision like a rank 4 that's going to cover the next couple of months of the game where they're going to get banned more often, you just got to, in my opinion, you got to look farther out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think my phone is telling me that as fun as this is, it's time to stop. I think we answered all the questions. We had a lot of fun. I agree, Modad. Yeah, you saw what I did. Campo, thank you so much for being on call today, buddy. This was a blast.
Yeah, man. I'd say congrats on all the polls, but like I know it wasn't exactly like the greatest haul of new champions that you wanted, but I mean the rank 4 though, that kind of just takes the cake. So it was still a successful day.
I don't think I literally pulled a single champion I was happy about, did I?
I don't remember one. No.
I think tomorrow, because I am gonna edit this down, and I don't know if I'll have time today to get it out for tomorrow morning. But if I do, I think in the title I'm gonna put like, "This sucked."
Yeah.
Until I got to R4 champion, this sucked. But hopefully I took all the bad luck and you all had phenomenal luck. Okay, hold on. I got a question. Thoughts on the Chicago Bears? I'm a new fan, but they make me depressed. Didn't they just hire like the best coach to hire that was available? Yeah, they got the offensive coordinator from the Lions. So I am also a USC graduate, University of Southern California, not the University of Southern Carolina. I know they both go to USC. Williams definitely, from what I can tell, will benefit from being coached up. I think there's some stuff he got away with in college, especially in my day, they called it the Pac-10. I don't think it even exists anymore. And it was called like the Pac-29 or I don't know, college football. College is a mess. But I think there was stuff he got away with that he got to the pros. It seems like he wasn't really coached up that great, to be honest. That was like even the talk going in was that the O coordinator might not have been the best for him. So I know as a Bears fan that it's tough to like have hope, but I think if I could bet on it, I would bet that the Bears will be better and better over the next 3 or 4 years. It looks like they got the right people in charge there to coach up all the talent they've accumulated, because they've accumulated a lot of talent. They really have. All right, really got to go. Stig, Hines, Commandalorian, Bog, thank you so much for all the financial support. Everyone, thank you for being here and hanging out. This is an absolute blast for 3 hours. Have a lot of fun out there, and we'll be getting some videos out this weekend. I think the Battlegrounds tier list, Relic tier list, the final and some of the new updated Relic tier list, that won't come up till next week. I know people are really focused on areas and things like that. I think I'm going to try to get through it over the next week, and so I can get that second rank 4 and decide how I'm going to use my 6 zones. Campo, you have anything else coming out, bud, that you would want to shout out real quick?
Nothing planned. I'm just also going to be trying to get the rest of the Ares paths down. I'm 3 out of 6 done. So if anything cool happens, I try to video some fights, and I might post some more single fights and things like that, but nothing really planned. It should be pretty chill.
All right. Yeah. Keep an eye out. Always feel free to join the Discord server. Tons of people helping out all the time. Thanks for hanging out. I see all the chat and I want to respond to you guys, but I got to go. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Really appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.